So. Oh no. So. Hello and welcome to the 8th episode of the Game Trailer Show. I'm your host, Jacklifear.
And your other host, tehMorag. Tonight, we'll be checking out trailers from some of the games you want to see.
And other games you definitely will want to forget. To join us for the ride, let's welcome our special guest.
Greetings, I'm Twinge.
He's a variety broadcaster that appreciates a variety of games, including roguelikes. It's DarkTwinge. Hi, DarkTwinge. How are you doing? And chat, I want you to clap in the chat here for DarkTwinge because it's important.
It is important. We want emotes on our stuff. Twinge, tell us about yourself. Yeah.
Oh, tell me about myself.
Yeah,
I'm
tell you about
myself
yourself.
Yeah, I'm a variety caster. I do a lot of indie game content. Try to find some neat, obscure stuff people haven't heard of, and mostly try to find anything I think would be fun to play and fun to watch. Lots of roguelike strategy stuff, voice-acted playthroughs, things along those lines.
Gotcha.
Been streaming over 6 years at this point.
How long did it take you to get partnered? Last question before.
About 10 months, I think.
10 months? Nice.
Yeah.
So, if only it were that easy again. Well, let's...
If only that was that easy.
Yeah, I definitely feel I got pretty lucky.
Let's jump into our category. Voiced by HJTenchi.
Since the last episode of the Game Trailer Show, these games have come out. You should probably watch them.
I don't know why he wanted to sound epic voice that time.
Like Dragon Ball Z preview.
Yeah, I'm liking the Tenchi line so far. It's good. It didn't go to the next one for
Why
me.
didn't it go to the next one? Why is it on repeat? Not shuffle? Oh no!
Technical difficulties. All right, we're starting off strong. It's like
we're going. It's just some creepy
we're
babies.
just falling out of the sky.
I don't. Techno-color babiys. It's a
like one with a gas mask.
So this is called exploding babies.
You know, now that I'm thinking about watching this in front of other people, I'm a little hesitant now.
Why? Because in private, some of them were weird.
In private, you can laugh. I don't know if I can laugh about babies with dynamites attached to them and ones that look like Trump, you know? And they explode.
So, for the people who don't know, this would have been in last week's, or last episode's special trailers. It's things like that you get if you stay till the end.
Yeah. Oh man, that's so quick now.
Yeah, it is.
That's so quick.
Oh, I've seen this, I think.
Yeah, it was actually on our list for this month, but we did a little bit more research into it, and it actually had come out a whole month earlier than what they wanted it to. So they had done a really great job of it. And it was an early access game since, what, March of like last year?
So.
But yeah, no. I think, Evolve PR is doing the stuff for it, I think.
That said, it's got some pretty epic backstory and lore on its actual Steam page. What do you think about visual novels like this, Twinge?
They're not my favorite, but there's definitely been some things that I'd categorize as visual novels that I've enjoyed quite a bit, like Doki Doki Literature Club, for example.
Yes.
Was quite the experience.
Yeah.
Or,
have you just run with any of... That is such a fun game. Have you played any of like the Neko? Was it Neko? No, not Neko. The cat ones.
Nekopara.
Yeah, Nekopara.
Nekopara.
Yeah.
No. I don't think I'll be doing that.
They have a
squad
button.
Is a massive scale tower defense game.
P for party.
Yeah, no, I think I'll pass on that one.
Come on, P for party mode.
To halt the enemy advance, but there are
it's one of the best. Siege of Centauri, from the publishers of Ashes of Singularity and Sins of the Solar Empire Rebellion.
While the Minos has the firepower to
yes,
destroy
it looks
enemy
like
targets. Unlike
wanna
other
say
tower
yes.
defense
RTS.
games with only a handful of enemy attackers,
That said, it's a beautiful
Siege of
RTS.
Centauri
Holy
has been
crap,
facing
look at those
off
units.
against the onslaught of
So
thousands of
I know
enemies.
when going through
Our
these trailers
next
this
generation
month,
game
or for this
engine
show,
allows
I didn't watch all of them in
unprecedented
detail,
scale of
but
carnage and
I'm
destruction.
happy I
The
didn't,
maps
because
are massive,
that was actually
the
really cool to
towers
go
are
and see them
devastating,
like all
and the
sprawling
enemy
along the
hordes
top
are
there.
endless.
Mhm.
To aid in your defense, are
I
several
find
orbital
tower
abilities.
defense is difficult
Deploy
to
mobile
stream.
forces to combat the enemy.
Yeah, I can
Charge
see that.
towers for extra
It
firepower,
really
or
depends on
blow
their
the enemy to
systems.
hell with an
Like
orbital
the
strike.
problem that I have with a bunch of
Siege of
with a good
Centauri
chunk of them is that it
combines
feels like a
mayhem
rock
with
paper scissors
strategy.
game that just feels
Yeah.
so
Modules to
forced.
scrap metal from destroyed
That can often be the
buildings
case.
and
My other
upgrade
problem with
buildings
like
to
tower
increase
defense is that
metal
a
and
lot of them are
energy
designed where it's
content.
like, all right, well, you've
As
got
you
like
progress through
3
the
levels that are
campaign,
trivially
you'll
easy,
receive
1 level
upgrade
that's,
cores
you know,
to
a
customize
normal
your
difficulty,
towers
1
and
level that's
unlock
crazy
entirely
hard,
new
and then you just
capabilities.
or whatever. Like,
Siege of Centauri features a
Some of my
story-driven
favorite tower
campaign
defense
and an
games still to
endless
date
survival mode.
is Creeper
On
World.
top of this official content,
Creeper World
is the
3.
ability
I
Creeper
keep
World
wanting to
3
play
was
that.
so much fun.
And
And
that's, like-
those are on Steam now too, right?
Yeah, if you're thinking like Creeper as in like Minecraft Creeper, no, no, nothing like that. But it's such a great game. It has such a great just system into it, and it's not a classic tower defense. It's more like more an RTS style, like where you
it's
have
kind of
your
a
area versus
attrition
their area.
almost, right?
Hmm?
No, maybe that's not the best word.
What was?
For which, sorry?
I was describing it as attrition, but I don't think that's quite the right way to describe it. No.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So, we
Oh,
have.
that's a long outro on that one.
Yeah, it is, but that's okay. That is a very thin since last episode. So, Morag, the floor is yours. Go ahead.
Well, anyway, so like we said earlier, we wanted to switch these little intro into segues up a little bit. So, DarkTwinge, this is your time to tell us what your channel and your content's about.
Oh man, didn't I? I kind of did that, but
I wanna
yeah.
hear it again.
All right.
Or at
Yeah,
least different
so
stuff.
I'm DarkTwinge, and I like to do a lot of indie-focused content. Find some decent obscure stuff. I've been most well known for stuff like FTL or Spelunky, so I do a lot of roguelike strategy stuff, but also play a lot of puzzle games, and also do like voice-acted first-time playthroughs of stuff like Undertale or One Shot, and yeah, try to find a lot of interesting titles people may not have seen.
What are some games that you played recently that surprised you?
That surprised me.
In a good or bad way?
Oh,
Any.
Baba Is You was an excellent puzzle game. One of
Nice.
the best games I played this year for sure. I mean, Deltarune, when it came out about a year ago, that was very surprising that was an actual full game, and that was a super great experience playing that right on release.
That's definitely a game I've been wanting to like keep an eye on or check out, but I just haven't. I need to more.
So, our next category is early access, and again, HJTenchi with less epic wannabe.
You may not have heard of them. They may not be complete, but hey, you can play them now. Here are the early access games.
See, I like it when Tenji sounds like himself.
that sounds better, I think. I agree. There's a certain charm to the Dragon Ball voice. But...
Oh, I forgot how loud this trailer is.
Yeah. This is muscles and bullets, because that's what you need in combat.
Yeah.
And for chat, we are reading and we will respond. Don't worry, it's not a private show. Right? Okay, Summer. So.
Private show.
Yeah, giggity. Maybe that's the question we could ask, is DarkTwinge, how much does a private show cost? Anyway, muscles and bullets.
Whoa! Well, Monka TOS.
You couldn't afford it, Jack.
Damn it.
But yeah, this game seems appropriately named.
I like the temperature gauge that shows up in the center of the screen every so often for some reason. Not sure why yet.
That was a fist bullet.
Yeah, I was thinking Worms or Scorched Earth on more, yeah.
Next game is Signal Decay.
Oh, and they're planning for early access for that game for a year to year and a half. So,
Gotcha.
yeah. For this one, early access of about 8 months. is what they're planning for.
Your notes say co-op stealth roguelike
Did it say
adventure.
did it say broadcasters are controlling humanity or something? Is that what it said at the
Oh
start?
my god, Twinge took over. Or
It's
Twinge.
meta.
Actually, co-op roguelike, that's a good one to ask you about, Twinge. Is that something? Yeah, you're right. They're trying to find Twitch broadcasters. Twinge, would you want to co-op stream this as a roguelike?
Maybe.
It'd be so brutal.
It looks
That'd be so
interesting.
brutal. Man, so the thing that I have with like these styles of like hidden games, there is one other game I love to death, but you know it did not stream well. Monaco.
Yeah.
Monaco
I can
is
see
a
that.
fantastic game, but that game is so hard to stream. It is so hard as a viewer to enjoy it.
It's
Because I couldn't watch
great.
other people.
It is great for YouTube content because the issue with Monaco is it has a very big hype moment versus slow lull. If you could cut out the lulls, it's much better content.
Yeah, I'd agree with that for sure. Oh,
Makes sense.
Just
they
a
pulled a
box.
solid snake.
That's your gotcha at the end.
That's a good
Sure.
ending. No, I like it. That's good. It's smart though. I like it.
3,000 duel.
Okay.
I
Ghoul or duel?
duel.
They only want to go into early access for 2 months for this game. 3 different weapons: blade, sword, and lance. Blade being like a short sword. Sorry. I'm done.
This reminds me, I mean, not of the full aesthetics or something. It looks a little bit more Hollow Knight than Dark Soulsy. But
You do that on purpose.
I'm wondering
on
what the
purpose?
distinction you're making there is. 'Cause
well,
Hollow Knight
just
has
like
a
the
lot of,
challenge and stuff, the
Dark Souls
platforming seems to allow a little bit of error,
Mhm.
a little bit of freedom. That said,
Okay.
it just looks like that was a trailer.
It was a trailer.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It looks okay.
I like it.
you could pay me to play that.
Yeah. That is a category. Like, I'm fairly strict. Like, I still want to be at least somewhat interested in a game that I'm being paid to play, generally. But...
Yeah. Oh, this one. Go on.
Oh, this one. Yeah. No, I've been following this for a while.
You want to talk about it then? This is Noita, I think it is.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't followed it closely. What I usually end up doing is like get interested enough and be like, all right, yeah, I'll play that, and then I just like don't really follow it past that anymore. But yeah, it's got a bunch of crazy effects that like the trailer does a pretty good job showing that off. That like every little pixel can like do a lot of effects, and you can be on fire and like running around trying to find water, and it looks pretty brutal.
Do you
The-
have
the
this game
question-
yet?
I don't have it yet. No.
All right, I'll flag it as one you want because it sounds like.
It's one of the questions I gotta put it here real quick is why is in chat Oak says why is that man peeing in lava? When you got pee, what else are you gonna do with it when there's lava in front of you?
Look, there's lava pixels, and you need to do something to them to
Get rid of the lava.
use the engine. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, in Minecraft, it creates obsidian.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Peeing on lava, obsidian. There we go.
Yeah.
Beautiful, perfect.
You know,
But yeah, which
I
just
don't
seems like it
know.
might be a little brutal for my tastes in practice, but it definitely looks interesting. It's yeah.
So this game
You know-
is dang! Exclamation point.
Okay.
You know, okay,
Sure.
so
Got a
So,
marble game.
a little bit of like kind of how we plan out this show is we have to go through all the different trailers, Jack and I, and we rate them on a scale from 1 to 5. Sometimes 0, sometimes point values 2 in between. But I don't know why, but this game, usually I'd rate this like a 1 or a 2, but this one had me captivated, and I don't know why.
I just look at it this way. If everything
why.
is amazing, it's very hard for you to really truly appreciate things that aren't amazing. And
But-
I don't know why, but I could see this as a stream game or a YouTube game.
See,
Yeah.
I think maybe it was you I was thinking of before this. The bottom left-hand corner, you know, going back to like childhood, of like getting the very first Tony Hawk game, and you just start seeing the points scrolling across the edge, like and like you had all the different stuff. I was thinking of Pop. That's what I think it was about this.
Yeah, do you know what I think about this? Marble Madness. Go on.
It's making me think of an old indie game called Within a Deep Forest that has a lot of different marble types. That one's more of a Metroidvania, though.
Oh,
Really?
We're so good. With so good. If you've never played Jack, Within Deep Forest,
I'm already writing down the name. Within the Deep Forest.
It's a Metroid-like. Yeah, it's good stuff. Or Lock and Key. Fill in the blanks. What you want to call it. Still good stuff,
you're
though.
Continuing that conversation from off.
Hey, you're the one that started off with the whole. It's not like Dark Soulsy, but Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm fine.
They're planning early access for 6 to 12 months for this too as well. So you never know. Oh, there's a whole upgrade system. Look at that. Oh my goodness, that's an incremental system upgrade system that's never ending.
To me.
Oh man, could you
It's like,
imagine
how do you-
Torque level
How do you get
99?
further? Torque level 99.
Twerk level?
Torque level.
Torque level? A twerk level?
A Torque level. Oh, that's the YouTube version. Unfar doesn't like this font. Let me tell you, games and trailers that use bad fonts is one of my biggest pet peeves. And then every time I see, there is no reason a trailer should use Arial, and there are only meme reasons for Comic Sans. Let's just be honest here.
The amount of time that Jack has actually talked about the font when we're reviewing the trailers, the font that's in some of these trailers is hilariously astounding.
I mean, to be clear, Arial is better than the font they used here, so...
Because it's not just about what font they're using, it's how many times they use different font.
Yeah.
And where they put it, and maybe they might use different font in the same block different times.
Now,
the same UI element, different times.
Let me rant. For example, while I do not personally like this font, it fits the theme and the wackiness and the cheekiness of the game, so I can at least see them trying to pick it all together and kind of be like, here's my design decision, and it kind of fits. It's not like they put Impact or Epic font here. That would be horrible.
More so than font choice. Yeah, that's like, okay, we got another 5 hours of this. But at least they didn't do like the white on white, or like that's actually way worse than any sort of font choices when they don't like have a backdrop or shadow or anything to make it visible, and they got it covered here at least.
Okay, so I don't want to skip forward because we're just talking about fonts all of a sudden, and I'm totally
You are in on this.
Yeah, man.
All right.
And that's the name right there.
Dang. There we go.
Exclamation point.
Thanks, trailer.
There should have just been like just that little background, and then the end, it's just like someone should have just been voiceover. Dang.
Can you imagine the person who was like, let's make a game and we're gonna put like tubes in it, and they're like, oh, where do we put them? Doesn't matter.
Logo permissions pending. What?
What?
Wait, what did it say?
Logo permissions pending. They don't have permission to use the logos. They wanted to put it there.
They even just took the music. They credited the what? Okay.
Oh, okay.
So this is the
Next.
Yep, this is Flotsam.
By the way, Dang's coming out on the 20th. Dang's coming out on the 25th. This though is coming out on the 26th. Early access for 1 year.
By the way, shout out to the developer named Pajama Llama Games, published by Congregate. So
I played a lot of stuff on Congregate back in the day.
I played way too much. Way too much time was played on that site.
So I love the aesthetic of this game and the music.
What's interesting is like it's kind of like a raft building thing, and there's been like 2 or 3 of these that have also come out recently. Other ones. It's surprising that many raft building games have come out recently.
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw this pop up, I'm like, did we use this? Did we already watch this? Because I think we've had at least one every show for like last 4 shows.
Last episode's scope had 6 raft games. The one before that had 3. This one only had Flotsam. It's important to note that Raft had a big thing to do about 2 years ago, and that usually inspires games for the next cycle. So whenever you have something big come out, you suddenly see things. That's why you're seeing platformers today, is because of Hollow Knight, things like that. It's cyclical.
Yeah.
Available on early access.
Floating garbage town game. Okay, this trailer 100% just confused,
Oh, is this,
but
is
yet
this RC Pro-Am?
This
it's a good confusion.
Super Toy Cars 2. It's basically the original Micro Machines, and I love it.
I completely forgot about Micro Machines. But man, sick music. Feels like it could be like, you know, back to like the good old PS2 genre of racing games. And they're planning for early access of only 4 to 5 months, local multiplayer, and possible console later too as well.
Is it no online multiplayer?
Not that I could find for information.
Okay,
yet,
I'm
but
unchecking
I
that
imagine. Yeah. Burnout 3 was my favorite Burnout. Yes. Yes. Oh, so good.
I'm just saying, I would play this 4-player online on stream, and I would arrange it with friends.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to pay me to play this.
Yeah.
Move it up in the world. It's even got cups in it.
Hey, good point, Twinge.
Cuts.
Either way, simple game, great trailer.
Yeah, that was a great trailer. It was one of the 10 trailers I think we both gave a perfect score to.
That was a 10. And
Yep.
this game, I'll click. Undercrewed.
One of the last survivors on an undercrewed starship.
This is
Twinge,
think
I
this
will
also
play
got
this
a
with you.
perfect
Do
score.
Crew. It's
I
important.
think this also got a
to
perfect
stay
score.
you know about this game yet?
calm.
I haven't seen this one.
Jack, I'd play this with you too. I think I
Twinge,
said earlier I wouldn't, but I'd still play this.
4-player FTL.
Oh, what's the There's a 2-player game that this is reminding me of. That's kind of along these same lines. But yeah.
Oh, the Lovers in a Space Time or
yeah,
whatever?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's up to 4 players too, I think.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
might be
They increased it? It used to be 2.
They've
That's
done
right.
things
I
something
remember
with
them promoting double date mode is what they called it. It was 2 sets of lovers.
Double date mode.
That's how they pitched it to me at the con.
This is quite a banger too as well. Reminds you of Spaz.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Should I tag that one for you, Twinge?
Sure.
All right. Just let me know. I'll
Twinge-
tag it. I got the document
Real
open.
quick, Twinge, do you have the document open so you can see the notes and whatnot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, just make it sure. Okay.
Well, I can get to it anyway. I've only got 2 monitors, so the 3 chats are in one, and the
No problem.
Fair enough. Okay, so we're finished up with early access, but now it's back to you, Twinge. What is one of your fondest memories just using video games in general?
fondest memories using video games.
It's like that central point. When you think video games, what's that fondest?
Oh man, there's the time pressure. I mean, so I guess like I could talk about the kind of most important games in my life. Like that would be Final Fantasy VI, Cave Story, and Undertale. Those have been the games that have kind of impressed me the most when I first played them. That just kind of like shaped my vision of like how good a game could be.
So it's also you have Cave Story all over your channel. So tell us a little bit more about that one.
Yeah, I mean, Cave Story I just kind of found pretty randomly when in about 2005 or so, and like when it was first like translated into English there, and I just really loved the experience. It's like, wow, I was kind of blown away, and it kind of reinvigorated my love of platforming games. Like I haven't really played many of those in a long time because those have been starting to die out, and kind of found a new love of like finding indie games on PC and stuff. Found stuff like the original Spelunky after that, and
Gotcha. I paused it so you can finish what you're saying.
okay. I was like, I'm done.
No problem. So, no, that's really cool. For people who are in Twinge's community, if you want to drop some emotes to show love for Cave Story, nothing wrong with that. Anything else before we hit play?
Yeah, sorry. Hell section of Cave Story is very difficult for sure.
I've never beaten that legit yet. I've yet to beat that legit.
Yeah.
I always die on the boss, but I can get to the boss. But it's like one of the last phases. It's just like
So, chat, we will have a trailer soon that we can respond to you, in my humble opinion. So if any of you want to say a game that has left a major impression on you, we'd love to hear it. Anyway, let's check out some more Tenchi, because that's what you do with Tenchi. You check them out. Giggity.
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 JacklTenchi. Giggity.
Games coming out of early access, full releases, and day one patches. Yep, it's time for new releases.
I can't believe
I like
not getting that day one patch line.
I like how you put in brackets there, the supposed to.
This game is Don't Give Up, a Cynical Tale. Seems to be inspired by Undertale, since you just mentioned it.
It does have flowers.
Yep. It has that kind of edgy, pixelized text, a little bolded too.
The text logo there is definitely has an Undertale feel.
This was originally Kickstarted in August 2018 as well too. Early access started in October 2018, so just right after, just got right away. But yeah, no, like they've been building on this game for a bit now, and it finally left early access on the 16th.
So,
I think this is on Hoovit, if I remember correctly, as well too.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think I
nice.
saw it there. Oh, okay.
that was unnecessary. Oh my god,
But I'm always-
Pogo!
Pogo.
I'm always down for games that have really cool, unique combat systems. Just like Undertale 2. Undertale had such a crazy cool, unique combat system.
Yeah.
And I feel this pulls a little bit more from like the Mario and Luigi
Oh my
style
God.
games, which are also crazy fantastic.
I feel like I need to point out that guy asked the banana person, "How are you peeling today?"
Please don't
I love it.
do that again.
I love it.
Please don't do that again.
Why did they do that, and why did I almost jump?
I was gonna say, oh, Jack, it's gonna happen, isn't it?
I
It's
don't
a little
know.
original.
But the heartbeat made it easy
It feels
to
like
think
it
of.
might work, but like I'm a little dubious how well. Like,
So this is not a crawl. I've seen a few people on Twitch playing it lately.
This game?
Yeah.
I want to kind of look into it since they call it a puzzle game. Turn-based exploration puzzle game. So I was just like, but how much puzzle? And like, and since it's all done from like this console, like it really makes me wonder like how much you can actually do with it. Jack, do you know how much it can actually be done? Have you seen
The
it?
research that I've done on this is it's like you're controlling a submarine, but you have scenarios where you have to do the right things to get through them. So it's kind of like just your goal is to just move forward and survive. Common sense seems to play into that one.
Fair enough.
a bit. That doesn't seem like my sort of thing. Like a little too focused on kind of the sub sim thing. But maybe if it's more puzzle, it might be good.
Yeah, it would be one of those play offline but not stream games.
Fair. Armor Games is publishing games. Yes, they are. Also, this game been so much fun. 12 hours and I finally hit a ending.
So
you might say 12 hours what for just one ending? You got to understand how condensed this game is, though.
So, do you know anything about the
I mean, if you
Somnum
compare that to
files?
like Danganronpa, that's like 40 hours or something.
Yeah. No, Danganronpa, same company.
Ah, gotcha.
So if you know Danganronpa, if you know Zero Escape, and then some of their other kind of I'd say obscure games, but I know there's a good fan base out there for them. This is very much in this vein. It's about pretty much you're a police officer of a certain unit, and you're trying to figure out how this one murder ended up happening. And then as the game happens, more murders end up happening. So you're still trying to figure out who the bad guy is. So you end up kind of doing the whole jump into people's dreams, and you have only 6 minutes to actually complete this dream, and that's when you see the little time in there. And it's fantastic. You can only do certain actions, and there's so much fan service in this. It's not even funny. And I say fan service in the text wise, not like actually. I guess there's a little bit of visual fan service, but it's mostly in the text. So it's so good. Some of the writing is hilarious in it. It's so good.
And for the people asking, we will link and describe the game right after the trailer ends. let's see. The next game is
The
Devil's Hunt.
realization must have taken extraordinary courage.
Oh, sorry. It's also with AI. There's multiple paths with multiple endings, and you need to complete different endings to open up other paths.
Grand Theft Anime, yeah.
Grand Theft Anime. Well played.
You desecrated
so,
my home, killed a
have you
great
ever
many
played
of
any
my
games
angels.
that? I mean, I think you almost exclusively play pixel games, don't you, Twinge?
Not specifically. Just in general, indie is preferred. I don't necessarily care if it's pixel art or otherwise.
You know, that's funny. I don't think I remember a single game on yours that's not indie on your channel, which is a good thing.
Like, I've played some, but let's see. Like, I guess I've played a little BioShock or Mass Effect and some things like that for the first time, but they're pretty rare.
This looks like a brutal. What does this remind me? Like Devil May Cry plus
Devil May
Yakuza
Cry?
fighting?
It's making me think of Ride to Hell Retribution. I assume it's not going to be that bad, but.
I think this was still on mixed reviews on Steam. I could be wrong, but I would want to play this because it just looks just like a good old crazy beat 'em up game.
Yeah, Spectacle Fighter is a good description. I like that kid.
Spectacle
That's a
Fighter,
great way to say it.
and that came out on the 17th too as well.
Next.
Oh, fun with ragdolls, yeah.
This is just a game. I don't. It's like, you know, I kind of wanted to cut this, but realistically, you need fun sometimes.
Yeah, I
And this
mean,
literally
it's
fun
doing
game.
exactly what it wants to do. It's
Yep.
Now, I know that it doesn't allow for huge multiplayer games, but could you imagine 10 Twitch broadcasters playing this?
10.
Yeah, 10.
At 102 in arena, and it basically last person to ragdoll
Ragdoll
wins.
Royal Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Select anything from the build item.
Someone make it go.
And let the chaos begin.
Are those
Well, I don't
costs? Does
know.
a cannon cost 32 and a pyramid cost
Black
1500?
holes.
Oh
Much,
crap!
much more.
Morag, I just
You
realized
can
we
even
forgot
add
to put
different
something in
types of ragdolls to your
Evolutions.
scene. Followers,
The new
What?
patch of Civ 6.
explorers, attackers,
Didn't even know it was a thing.
They put Battle Royale in Civilizations.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
We forgot to put that in
Oh.
today.
create a maze.
Oh,
They
no.
find their way.
Oh well. It's okay.
You
We'll
can
put it
always
in
just
since
sneak-
last
you just-
episode.
Lets you, well,
You just-
explore
yeah, okay, that
pre-built
works.
environments. Traverse them the way they were designed.
That's
Wait, no, this
it.
game-
This is
Build
a
them yourself.
really in-depth builder.
It's
Beautiful.
a yeah, no, like as a tool, this looks fantastic. You can just build stuff that you want, and if you could do like, if it does end up having like online stuff, I think that'd be pretty cool.
One of the things
demo-
that I liked
That
is
was
that they
Frogger.
have so many AIs where you could just be like, drop 10 explorers or drop 10 followers.
Fort invasion.
They have a really good set of AIs for all their people.
Actually, you know what? With it being like red and blue, as like vibrant as it is, it reminds me of that one cop game that you always saw in the arcades.
The police training one? I haven't thought of that for years.
Yeah, that's
I
what this
love
is
you.
reminding of.
All right.
And
I did you ever play that game, Twinge? Because that one
I don't
sucked some
think
of my
so.
points. Oh my god, that
Oh,
was
it
the
sucked way
best
too
gun
many
game.
points.
This game gives you the
It was a light gun game where it was just you just go through like a whole bunch of trials to become the best police officer. Like you keep upgrading your rank over and over.
Yeah.
And it was
just
hard.
gun mini games. It's like hit all the red circles, you
Mhm.
know. But the next one, Groundhog Day, like father, like son. This is a sequel to the movie Groundhog's Day.
Is it a
is-
legit sequel?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Like his
that's why
father-
it's Sony. Oh
Yeah,
no.
his father
Huh.
is actually supposed to be the actor from Groundhog's Day.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Look, here's the story.
Oh yeah, and it's a VR game.
Yeah.
You
That's
need
why he
VR.
talks about his dad and stuff. He's in Punxsutawney Springs, where the movie is, with movie-related characters.
Living this day again. We've already done this.
Is that what this is?
This is on PC as well too, not just PS4 VR.
Help Phil fix what's broken.
things like this are always like interesting ideas to me, but I never end up liking when you have to like just redo the same stuff over and over again with little differences.
I'm kind of okay with that because like at least you can like fast forward and you can do it quicker and quicker. Minus like there is one game that I was a little upset about it. Wind Waker, not Wind Waker. Phantom Hourglass, Zelda Phantom Hourglass. You had to keep doing that one dungeon over and over and keep doing it better. But I don't know. It's not too terrible.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just have like disliked all the games I've played with it, like Majora's Mask or Sexy Brutale or whatever.
Sexy Brutale was a game I wanted to finish, but I just didn't, and I don't know why. It was good though.
That said, this trailer makes me appreciate it for they have balls to do that concept. That's cool.
To try and like tie it in with a movie, people could say, "Oh, you're just trying to like just milk like off an old IP," but honestly, it fits though. It makes sense. Yeah. I'm so happy you used the old trailer for this.
Yes.
The new one wasn't good. So just think like Donkey Kong Country except with a jetpack.
Okay.
Twinge, please tell us how you feel.
Looks like a video game. Yeah, that seems like a pretty accurate description. It definitely looks like it's most reminiscent of like Donkey Kong Country.
Well, it's like the newer stuff that they did, like Wii U and whatnot.
That said, the entire charge mechanic
Body
seems
that
actually
dinosaur.
cool.
Okay. I didn't really slow the trailer down like that.
It's a great trailer for it. This is a fantastic trailer. I actually complained about this, the next trailer after this on Twitter. I didn't name the name though of the game.
Yeah, so so devs like putting out new trailers, especially for their launch and whatnot. So the devs did another trailer for the game for their launch, but they put it with like what felt like just epic music.
Epic,
like,
hero
you know, like
journey, Rome, like stuff. This game should not have that.
Yeah, it should be more playful, like this trailer, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, like it's fun to be like adventurous playful. That's
like
what they did.
With the bongo drums and everything, right?
So, did either of you ever play the cop game? The name of it escapes my mind. This is the Police.
This is the Police.
Did you play?
Oh, I did not play that. No.
Did you see them?
A little bit.
This
I know
is
of it.
From the creators, in the second game, they added tactical XCOM-like fighting, and they made an entire spin-off game based on that, and it's badass from what I've seen.
Well, it certainly has a lot of cowboy hats.
Well,
the characters at the top, like every other character had a cowboy hat.
So, This is the Police 2 was based off of an Alaskan city. And the police had to go back against essentially corruption in the town. This is a point where a world where the corruption won, and the rebel cops that are not on the payroll are trying to fight back.
That game's only $10, by the way. Rebel Cops, only $10.
Would be good.
I know someone that would love this.
Oh, I know 2 people who would love this. Probably the same people.
Richard Hammer?
Richard Hammer.
Hey, now it just does IRL streams of it, but it's going to get cold, so I don't know if he's going to do ice fishing. Actually, did he do ice fishing last year?
I don't know.
You know what? I'm just going to tweet him right now. I'm just going to be like, hey, he already knows about it. What am I talking about?
Yeah, this game comes out. Yeah, it came out on the 17th, but yeah. I didn't think I didn't, like I said, we don't end up watching every single second of all these trailers sometimes. I didn't know this had anime in it. So they're like trying to go for the whole aesthetic of Persona. Persona aesthetic mixed with like the realisticness.
Oh my god, fried egg toast. That is
a weird
so
that's legit. That box looks almost identical to Persona 5.
And then, like, this looks so janky when it has the like kind of more polished, like, I don't know, anime art of the rest of the game.
Mixed art style.
Yeah, it's weird.
Look at
Here,
that.
Chad, have a link for it.
Yeah, Alex having the same question.
I kind
Why
of love
does this
this.
have like pseudo-holistic 3D and Persona anime dialogue? I fully agree with you. I have no idea. 20 kinds of fish from over 10 fishing locations. How to help from PC Harvest Moon devs. There we go.
There you go. That's actually kind of cool.
The enemy characters like vision.
Did they borrow the Persona assets?
So let me tell you, it starts with a private fossil fuel export company. This is called 77762 Dwarven Greed.
This was such... I think I actually watched this whole trailer, if I remember correctly, because I was intrigued. I was like, what is actually happening? I want to know. Why do I see both perspectives? What's going on?
It's a 2-player puzzle PvP game with distraction abilities.
What?
Distraction abilities, yes. Yes, distraction. There was a little bit of plot there.
Every player has a special ability of some sort to allow them to try and win the puzzle first.
This looks... Look at this little mushroom spray. So pretty. Oh my god, it's so pretty.
I see better in goggles. So you can look at the other side.
Wouldn't you just add up to know that what the other... No, they don't always add up to 7. Yeah. Okay, never mind. But it's definitely a game that I'm just like, what is... He gets beer for winning. 8+. Okay, and he's passing out.
That's how you win. That's what you win, is a beer.
There we go. Yeah,
that's the name they decided to go with. All
right, so I put this in because I checked my history. I have denied and declined over 28 solitaire games since May. And this is the first one that looks freaking cool. Like
this is weird.
Special like things, cards, and obstacles.
So this is one of those games too, when you're trying to research stuff, where you don't know if the devs actually know how to use TheMorag properly or not, because it says their page, which the game was not out like last week when we checked it, and then now all of a sudden it says January 30th, 2019. You're just like, but wait a second.
Yeah,
this game time warped.
You can set the like release date to whatever you want on your game on Steam, and you can change it whatever you want, basically.
Not anymore.
Oh,
but that's the thing is they changed it after though.
August 26th, they sent an email to all of us developers that said you will have to now get your updates approved through your rep because they had too many people abusing coming soon.
It didn't say January 30th when I checked this game last week, and then it's the January 30th letter. I almost cut this game because of it. It was weird. And then I had to do triple research. I thought I was going crazy.
Nah, and
I've tried
anyway,
one solitaire game like that on stream.
Okay,
different solitaire.
It wasn't very good.
This is a fantastic evolution of a concept, by the way. Exercise the demons. Do you remember Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes?
Absolutely, I love Keep Talking.
This is exercise a demon and someone else to do the rituals, and the other one has the book of rituals.
All right, I'm interested.
There's another game that... Sorry, go.
And the important part is they have an actual monitor version of both sides. So you get to see the books on stream. Go on.
There's another game that Casper and I played where it was a two-person puzzle game, but he had different clues on his screen and I had different clues on mine, and we had to help solve each other's puzzles, and it was really good. There was a little bit of time travel-esque type stuff in it, and we had to figure out I forget what it was called, but I know that, like, I showed Casper this because he's wanted to play another co-op kind of puzzle figure shit out game, and he's like, yes. So.
Did you ever see We Were Here?
That might have been it, maybe? We Were Here and
We're walking around in a castle.
No, not that one.
That's a different one that's fantastic. You should check it out.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that too. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but.
Yeah, it was the weird train one, Azrae. The weird train one, where you had to like get on the train at the end of each segment.
I've done Portal 2 on stream, actually, Popsky. That was really good co-op.
Portal 2 is excellent. Okay. Yes, sports ball, but this trailer was good for a sports golf.
So this is more about the story around the actual sport.
But there's still actions you have to do to try and like alter the game in your favor. You don't actually get to play it, but it's, you know,
Is it
you have to
card
influence.
Card influenced, I think.
Okay, this is what it says. Train players, choose your own narrative, survive the drama, and play a turn-based football matches via tactical cards and hard choices.
Huh.
It looks interesting. I got a key for it, actually. So.
It's actually a good trailer. I think it was better than the one that was on Steam. Also, shout out to, again, to our crew that ends up helping us with a lot of the research on this.
And
K-Drag,
specifically,
Art.
yep, Archer and Syrian
Plus.
K-Drag, yep. A lot of help from all of them this time around. By the way, do you want us to flag any of these for you, Twinge?
The one before, sure.
Exercise?
The,
Got it.
Cultist one, yeah.
You sure you don't want Jet Cave Adventures? Never mind.
I mean, it looked fine, but it just looked very fine.
So, the next game
Drama.
is called Little Misfortune.
Rainbow sequel, basically, yeah.
Zephyr found the other game was called TikTok: A Tale for Two. Thank you.
Yep. That's the one I was thinking of.
This game are simple.
What do we got here? Little Misfortunes. This was a weird trailer. And it was hard to find information on this, but it's from the makers of Franbo. Franbo.
Did you play Franbo?
No.
I played half of it. It is a weird-ass point-and-click adventure.
Yeah.
Mr. Voice?
Yes, Misfortune.
Franbo is one of the few that I kind of just don't know much about it, but I can't stop watching it on Twitch.
Of course.
I
want to win this prize.
This game gives me the same feelings I had about Franbo, and I don't know how I should feel about it.
Yeah, no, I mean, that sounds about right. At least one of my regulars, Rainbow's like their favorite game. Like, it's interesting. It didn't connect super well with me.
But, you know, for some people, just...
Yeah, it seems
works
well
for them.
done for what it is, certainly.
Then we have tehMorag, Everlasting Night.
This was a Kickstarter game from May 2016. A little bit of a gruesome warning for parents out there too as well, just in case. This one was one of the more graphic trailers. As you saw, blood and guts there. Sews herself up, man.
Okay.
It's been a while since I saw the TOS frog.
This was an action RPG inspired by the Castlevania series as well, too.
Do you enjoy playing a good Metroidvania, Twinge?
So I have a weird, like, mixed opinion of Metroidvanias. Like, I don't like backtracking, so, like, my default Metroidvanias kind of start with a minus, but there's several I've enjoyed. Like, I enjoyed Hollow Knight, Ori and the Blind Forest, Cave Stories, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Iconoclasts.
This actually gives, like, art style, like, in-game, kind of reminds me a little bit of, Fatal Fight?
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just kind of that very, kind of this very rigid, uptight, not uptight, but very rigid looking models, which are, just has, like, a very, very particular art style.
I just feel...
It's a good one.
That's one of those universes I feel very bad about the back pain of women.
Yeah.
King of Fighters. We went over this. Okay, this game just had a unique style.
Oh yeah, this thing.
This is Diorama Dungeon Crawl, which, to be honest, is kind of a craptastic name, but it fits what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Firm models. Yeah, thank you, Zephyr. Firm models. Oh, it definitely looks clunky as hell. I don't think they're aiming for gameplay in this at all.
That said,
That might be...
Yeah, there's some NES games that this reminds me of that makes me smile, like Solstice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Solstice has better music, though.
Way better music. Solstice has some of the best music on NES, if I remember.
It does. It's pretty solid.
Wait a second. Last time I saw Solstice, weren't you playing it?
No.
Look at that bear.
It was probably...
Look at that bear.
Maybe it was Mexican Runner then.
That could be.
Man, these bosses, though. coming in September, aka it's out
19.
2
Yeah.
days ago, 19th.
Oh, this freaking thing. This is a weird.
Please tell us, Twinge, about Forgetful
Uh,
Dictator.
It's a geography game. But you're a dictator for reasons. That's the entire game, as far as I know.
Forgetful Dictator, where you actually have to know how to spell stuff. Sorry, chat, I'm not going to be playing this because I will fail probably within the first half an hour playing it.
I love
time.
watching chat right now. People are like, this is incredible. This is so good.
You have to spell United States of America? Oh god, I'm really screwed on that one.
No.
Why is there a dinosaur?
Why wouldn't there be a dinosaur? It's
Wait,
an
wait.
invasive species, that's why.
Is this a teaching game?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an educational game!
It's
This is
literally
amazing!
an educational geography game, but you're a dictator. Like, I don't
mobile,
really know what the market is for this game, but
mobile's planned for the future on that too.
it's interesting.
I bet Simcopter would love it. You're so right, Zapragondi.
Yeah, that would be a good fit for Simcopter.
Yeah.
Simcopter's
My
like
brain
the
is full.
closest to the market. For
So,
sure.
hot
Floor is
lava.
lava.
So this game, the beta for this game had started in April 2018. 8-person drop-in, drop-out multiplayer of The Floor is Hot.
Huh.
Floor is Lava. I remember when this was first announced, and then they went super quiet.
That's still awesome, though.
That
And we have
was
another great
kinda
example
fun.
of that type of game at the end of this category.
I mean, I've definitely enjoyed some parkour sort of games, like Cloud Belt is excellent.
Ooh, yes, it is.
This music, though. And Clay Entertainment, or Clay Entertainment.
They're the producers, not the developers, right?
Ah.
Oh, no, they're
No,
both.
they made it too.
There you go.
It's pretty simple.
A Monster Cat artist did the music for their trailer. Thank you, Popsky. They made it. Yep. They've been putting out different games, which is kind of cool. They've been working on what 2 or 3 games at a time right now.
Mm-hmm. They're working on like Riftlands and stuff too.
Look at that lava monster.
Hot lava.
He
Could be
seems
interesting.
OP.
Popsky is 100% playing this game. There we go. If anyone's looking to do some co-op streams with Pop, hit him up. He might play Portal as well too with you.
Hey, Popsky. Just one message away, Dad.
Oh, okay. This is a visual novel, basically, adventure game.
Muda
This
Xeon.
looked interesting. Yeah.
So you've looked at this a little bit. What are your thoughts?
It looks interesting enough to play potentially. Like it's on the long list, basically.
Gotcha.
Yeah, sounded like it has some interesting ideas going on, but it's still like pure narrative, which can be good for me, but it is a lot more hit or miss than a more gameplay focused experiences.
As I've said in the past, you could be paid to play this.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, that's
It's on the
important to
list.
say, because if a developer comes back and says, oh, we could pay them to play this.
Yeah, it's on the list.
You could
know,
pay.
it's just but the list is long sometimes.
Yeah, I mean the list is literally 180 right now.
But
190.
there is a way to put it at the top
At
of
the
the
top
list.
of the list. There is. Yeah. That is pretty much what it does.
I'll be honest, I'm totally on that board. I'd be paid to play this. It gives
I-
me a bit
I
of the
don't-
Night of the Woods vibe, but a little.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm
I don't
wrong.
know if you could. It's a little too atmospheric for me. I'm down for atmospheric, but man, there's just feels like I don't know. You really have to like put yourself into it. I can't do that in games. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the one thing I don't like about how I play video games is I don't know how to put myself in the game.
Yeah,
And,
I
like-
generally have a pretty hard time with like being immersed, right? Like I've been described as immune to immersion before.
So like
And that's where I'm opposite. I'm just a bad broadcaster, so I just immerse myself in the game, and I have to turn on a tackety-tack thing so I know when my chat's talking.
Like
Right.
there's
Yeah.
still like it still happens on occasion. I can be like immersed in something, but it's fairly rare, I would say.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's part of
Like
the
it-
reason Undertale gave you an impact.
Yeah, like and even then, like the entire first playthrough, I wouldn't really say I was particularly immersed, but by like the late in the second playthrough, I was in. I was very invested in what was happening.
Ooh. But actually, keeping in mind, like there are like some games that I kind of do get immersed in accidentally, and they're mostly on like the scary side of stuff when I've actually really enjoyed the gameplay.
Yeah.
Once I can get a handle on gameplay and knowing what I can do, then I can get immersed at some points. But yeah.
So this is survival XCOM?
This is Overland, yeah.
Yeah.
And also you have a dog. That's important.
And weird tentacle sea creatures on land. Not gonna lie, I thought they were what do they call it?
Dog could open the door.
what is it? The coral reef? This has Twitch integration stuff too?
Yes, it does. So you go around on the world map, and they get to vote where you go and stuff.
Nice. Twitch, I guess Richard Hammer's playing this too, as well.
Zeke played this in early stages. He played it recently. It's it's a really stylistically cool game. All of these maps, you get on to get resources, and every turn, the natural creatures that are invading the planet are invading the landscape more and more. So it's a natural time limit.
It's potentially interesting. Like, there's a lot of survival sort of game, like mechanics that tend to be in survival games that I don't like. Lots of like tedious crafting and collecting and stuff, but
the survival side of stuff.
This one is a little bit more roguelike than survival. This one would be in your genre, I would say, from what I've seen.
Yeah, XCOM Death Road to Canada. That's a reasonable thought, I think.
That's a great way to say it.
I actually keep forgetting about Death Road to Canada because it was one of those unique games that I know I couldn't get into it. Like it hit both. Like when you say XCOM 2, because I got into the first game, but I could not get into any of the other ones after. But yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
I have 2 keys to this, and I am looking to play co-op with another friend or broadcaster.
Kickstarted in July 2017, single player mode or co-op online. The online came out in November of last year. So it's early access. But yeah.
It is slow and steady roguelike experience.
I lied. The online comes out in November. It's not out yet.
I'll have to re-look. That's a maybe, because I got some different details when I got the key in the email. So
post-release roadmap right on their main page says online co-op. Maybe you're doing like a beta tested version of it.
Maybe I'll figure it out.
Yeah, right on their Steam page, October 2nd. Online co-op. Okay, they upped it.
Okay.
Customize mode, customize controls, Steam achievements all in November, and a level editor coming in winter.
That said, I'm looking forward to that one.
Oh, yeah, this one's Switch only. I've heard pretty good. I've heard good things.
Apple Arcade as well.
Oh, right. It's on not PC.
Wild Hearts
That's
for
what
everyone
I
in chat.
And PS4.
I saw like 5 different people tweet about this today.
I definitely want to play it.
Yeah,
I'm putting a check on it.
So Rami and the Wonder Song dev.
Yeah, I saw Romney's tweet about this. I'm just going to crank the audio.
It's just great music. I don't know much about this.
So the way Rami described it was that like he went through like 18 like pretty bad levels and 4 like excellent ones, and it was enough that he like loved the game.
Oh, gotcha.
Like it's like a pop music adventure, I guess.
Yeah, it is rhythm. It is a rhythm game too, as well.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a rhythm game.
This is Rebound Dodgeball Evolved, because 2 words are not known.
We had a dodgeball game last show as well too.
I have a key for that too.
The beat one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I'm always down for like these styles of fast action multiplayer games because like I miss couch co-op, fun, fast-paced games.
I always like mentally think like, yeah, I would be down for this, but like in practice, find it really hard to actually make happen, and don't like usually enjoy it for more than like an hour. It's like, yeah, that was fun to play. Never need to do that again.
You know,
Well, it's like
you just have to get 6 games because you're just going to churn through them.
That's
yeah,
right.
well, and that's the thing. Like I find with like just multiplayer games like this, like it's just like a board game. You play one board game, you're done with it, and you go to the next.
Sure.
But yeah, you know, you hold on to board games, and you just play the next. You play it later again too.
Have you heard of our Lord and Savior Link's Awakening?
I don't. Who is this?
This game
Who's
is, in
this?
my humble opinion, one of the best games of the
Is
Zelda.
there a section with a windfish in the trailer so that I can talk over it, like I did during Getting Cute by mistake?
Whoops! Time to remind you of all your mistakes.
People still give me a joke about that off and on.
No, fortunately not. It's just a little bit right at the event, basically.
So,
I know I'm with Diablo on this. I can't bring myself to spend $80 Canadian on this, 100 with tax, but I want to love it.
okay,
It's such a great just one-to-one remake.
have you played the original one?
Yep.
I have not.
I played the
This
original, played the GBA, or not GBA, the Game Boy Color one. Like they're all great games.
I will just say that of all of them, Link's Awakening, in my opinion, has some of the most interesting mechanic and level design. Full stop. The end. I
feel that way. I feel that way about Link to the Past. If they were to remake Link to the Past like this, I would be really hard pressed to. I would want to, but I probably still can bring myself for like $60.
And that little part there is kind of like, seems like it might be laying the framework to like a Zelda Maker sort of
Heck
game.
yes.
God,
Heck
I would.
yes.
God, if they do Zelda Maker and just like they did with Super Mario Maker, oh my God, that would be a money mine.
I imagine, yeah.
They need a ton of different features and ways to like soft lock check different areas. It would be a. I would love to see if they could pull it off. Oh wait. Shh.
Here's your chance to talk.
Oh, that was the wind song. I was like, I literally didn't even know. That's it. I don't know the game.
It's all good.
It wasn't my fault.
The next one is
saying
the
it was later.
Sojourn.
Oh yeah, I got a dev key for this. This looked interesting.
Epic launch will be on Steam eventually.
A guiding light that unfolds new paths.
So, do you know much about this game, even though you got a key?
Not a whole lot. It just looked kind of visually interesting and like a. I think this was a puzzle game. Yeah,
puzzle with instruments, I think, as its main driving factor, if I remember correctly.
You will drown in a sea of rules and ideals.
Or you're going to drown in a sea of rules and ideas.
I mean, that is a distinct possibility.
Wouldn't that be a horrible game? Where they're just like, you play 5 minutes and you're murdered, and that's the game? No,
Buy another copy if you want to reset the save.
2 hours and 3 minutes. Do that. So you can't do the refund?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Man. So, the one thing I have, like, with some puzzle games, what's the difference between a puzzle game and a heavy narrative-driven walker?
The term
walking
interactive,
simulator.
then it's hard to describe.
Yeah. An interactive, walker.
In practice, like, how hard the puzzles are, really. Like, there's a lot of things that are called puzzles, but they're, like, not really something you're, like, logicking out. They're more like just put key into slot sort of thing, like Zelda puzzles. Find the eye on the wall to shoot with an arrow or whatever.
And I feel that is going to be like walking sim.
We can continue this over this one. This is Untitled Goose Game.
I love it. Yeah, Untitled Goose Game is great.
But
gooses are assholes.
Yes. Actually,
Gooses.
Badger
Followed
said
this for
all
over a
birds
year.
are assholes, and I can understand that.
This pretty much, I hasn't seen this. This is just a game where you're a goose. You're just being an asshole goose. That is.
Yep.
You have a
Pretty much the
checklist
entire
of
game.
things to do, some of which are goose-like, some of which are asshole-like. All of them you can do.
Hey, chat. If you want to be an asshole, this is a way to go and relive your assholeness. Not saying you are an asshole. I'm just saying if you want to be, if you want to know the dangerous side of it. Okay, but I haven't seen this full trailer. That's hilarious.
By the way, everybody, just honk. Honk.
Canadian geese are trained in the military too. This is a Canadian military training simulator right here.
Here come the honks. I love you guys. Thank you.
Also sports ball. That's all.
More football.
Okay, so you weren't here last episode where everything was sports because that's when all the 2020s come out. FIFA 20 just comes out on its own schedule a few weeks later.
Or, casino lottery simulators with sports ball in it.
Yeah, that's the problem with these.
Who
games.
wants to buy
huge
some
amounts
cards?
of microtransaction garbage?
Not only that, have your favorite people get excited for them in an unrealistic way.
Oh my goodness, that NHL or NBA one.
Oh,
the
yeah,
NBA one.
yeah, I've seen that. That was it was a parody of itself. Like,
That said, the slight glitching on this trailer is really cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm. It's not a bad trailer. It's actually probably one of the better ones.
it's a
I would love if
well-made
that
trailer.
smoke trail just ended in a mushroom cloud.
And I imagine I could even find some fun in a game like this, but like it's so heavily steeped in microtransaction bullcrap. Like I would highly warn against this sort of game.
It's funny. The first game that I ever got hit by microtransaction like randomness, and I didn't even realize it, was the multiplayer function of Mass Effect 3. When your weapons were based on card packs, and I didn't realize it. And I bought packs in a beta as well too, because I wanted to get better than my friends.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
it was bad.
this one was added, even though it is a mobile game for Android and iOS. It is Game of Thrones Beyond the Wall as a mobile VR experience. I figured some people might like it.
Oh no, I didn't say it was the first game. It was the first game that I got hit by.
Gotcha.
Personally. Definitely wasn't the first though.
Yep. Just a small note. Do you guys not have phones? Oh, I'm sorry, that's Blizzard. And I look up and someone else in Twinge's chat is dropping the same joke. I've been saving that one for a week, and someone else wittily pulls it out of their ass immediately.
Viveport Infinity.
Oh man.
All right.
Hey, you like
Cat
kitties?
Quest 2.
Sure.
Thank you for your verbose answer. That said, the original one of this was very fun to watch on Twitch.
Casper loved the first game. I remember him playing the crap out of it.
I know that I know of 3 broadcasters who said, I'll do a first look of this, and then they did a full playthrough.
This game's coming out on the 24th, by the way. So it's coming out in a couple days.
It's action RPG that has lock and key mechanics for its story.
Those kitties.
It's
Look at them run.
true. So like I have had a smartphone for less than 2 years.
How long?
Less than 2 years.
Oh, I thought you said days. I'm like, wow.
No. Not quite.
How are you a Twitch broadcaster without a smartphone?
Welcome, Agent.
I managed for a while.
I mean, how can you go to the bathroom and do Twitter for 5 hours in this profession? This is
VR.
Aspire 1 VR Operative.
VR games are getting niftier. They're taking their time, but they're getting up there.
The VR stealth game Metal Gear Solid fans are looking for, huh?
Yeah.
I see this more as what is it with the 3-eyed person? Three-eyed
Makes me
mask.
think of Super Hot a little bit. Because it seems like it's got a lot of like bullet time.
Sam Fisher?
Oh,
Splinter Cell, yeah.
Splinter Cell.
Splinter Cell.
Linky's got it. That said, this is
All
a
three chats
cool
got me.
game.
Thank you. Oh, that was one of the ugly long links. Sorry, chat.
Based on when I finally got a smartphone, I'll probably have VR in about 2043 or so.
Together, we will redefine espionage.
I'll be honest, that had some much better experiences than I've seen in other games.
Yeah.
And this,
Oh my god, this thing. Oh my god.
You're not prepared for this, chat. You're just not prepared. Because it's time for probably one of the best trailers we're going to have all show. Like, unknowingly, you're going to just sit here and just look at the entire thing and you're going to be like, oh my goodness, I need chicken right now. All that meat in my mouth.
I don't give a crap. This is one of the best quick trailers I've ever seen. I don't care if it's for a visual novel where you go after sexy Colonel Sanders.
It's amazing.
And by the way, they have a potato monster at the
short
end.
and sweet. Oh my god, it's sick.
This is Rhythm Snake. It is what
nibbles,
happens when you
yeah.
combine the rhythm genre with Snake.
It definitely, it's an interesting aspect. I want to see it in action more.
You can also add your songs.
Because like this could be a hit and miss game depending on like whatever algorithm they use to create their beats and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I could see this as something fun to play.
I could be paid to play that.
I couldn't
the
get into the
Surge
first game.
2.
I couldn't. I played the first one. It was way too repetitive. It was long and repetitive. I don't know why I couldn't like it. I'm sorry, chat.
I did not play it.
But great trailer though. Surge 1 came out in May 2017, if you believe it.
Damn, that's a
2
quick
years.
turnaround on a game
Yeah.
sequel.
2.5 years?
That's
It's reasonably.
considering I heard they had to do some upgraded systems within their engine, I hear.
Well, this is what? Doc 13 made it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know Focus Home Entertainment is like probably one of the last developers that can take, you know, they're not polished, completely polished ideas, but they'll still publish them.
Oh, brutal. Oh, alternatively brutal.
Reminds me of the laptop gun in the Perfect Dark.
Imagine
And
a lot of
next
fun.
brutal.
That kid. What's she staring at?
Why does she not look scarred?
Got a creepy little grin.
It's not over.
Oh, that's fine. Prophetic girl. That's just acceptable.
Why does that remind me of like electronics, like with the horror of trying to deal with some ribbon cables? It's like, no, my nightmare of ribbon cables, go away.
You have a nightmare of ribbon cables?
That is, dealing with some ribbon cables are not fun, especially in phones. They're not fun to plug in.
I get that, but still.
Oh,
How would you like to play Mario Kart on your phone?
I don't know.
Either way, it's really well made.
Official
like
by
Mario.
Nintendo.
And also surprisingly low volume.
Yeah.
This comes out on the 25th. You can
So,
pre-register right now.
I mean, it's Mario Kart. We don't need to go out of our way to talk about it. I'm going to take this
Yeah,
moment
that's-
to do some business. Hi guys, I'm going to
Business?
drop a link to our YouTube channel. If you could subscribe to help us get to 100, that'd be fantastic. Also, follow DarkTwinge. Thank you for being a special guest tonight, friend. I hope you're having a good time, since we're
Yeah.
ballpark halfway or more.
Does this have
Yeah,
tilt
this is
controls?
good.
That's a great
Does
question.
this have tilt controls? That's a perfect question. But yeah, that's what I'm afraid of with this game. Like, if it's just like a super microtransaction or gacha sort of card experience, I wouldn't
Like,
be surprised.
I don't know what like the other piece or mobile microtransactions games are like, but I know like they're free to start games that they do. They have a limit of how much you're allowed to spend on it, so it makes it equal to a full price game. So I don't know if their mobile games are. I doubt it though.
Yeah, I think not. I think I remember hearing like people upset that like, okay, cool, they actually had the limit, but then they didn't do it on the mobile stuff, and I am not sure. I'm not sure. But if there is no limit, I say boo to that.
This is Snow Island.
This just is a seizure warning.
Oh, that's a good point. It's got catchy music too.
Yeah, it's just a visually just really nifty game. Like I don't think it's gonna have like a ton of depth to the game, but it's just a pretty looking game.
By the way, any recent ones you want us to tag for you, Twinge? KFC?
No. Please don't.
Chat,
Okay.
I think DarkTwinge chat.
Is this
I
a
think
rhythm
that you
game?
have a.
I don't know. I
Not
think
that I
it's
know
just a
of.
brutal fighting game.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
totally
only
doing a
confusing
good
brutal,
job of
even if it
correcting
doesn't
music.
apply.
It's only 45 minutes of gameplay, and it just looks cool. That's what devs are saying. 45 minutes of gameplay. So.
That makes it more appealing to me. I like short
Self-developed,
stuff.
self-published too. So.
I'll flag you for that one.
Oh god.
What is it?
I mean, I guess you have that option as Sal. You can do the Patreon reward to make me play the Colonel Sanders game.
Bam! There we go. Getting them shoutouts. Got to do it more.
I'll be honest. I would rather you play KFC than die to pizza game.
Pizza game?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
How long is Pizza Game? Did we actually have a how long is the game? For it yet?
I do too long.
Too long? So 20 hours?
I don't care if it's 5 hours. It's too long.
You can tag the snow one for me, actually, the one that we just said.
Yeah, I already
Oh,
did.
speaking of some good old Link to the Past or Link's Awakening.
Right, yeah.
Timothy and the Mysterious Forest.
5 hours of gameplay, 3 endings, 4:3 ratio with the option of scan lines too as well. Which they actually do a half decent job of putting them in. Like they're pretty. I think there is going to be different versions of scan lines because there's some that are a little bit thinner, and then there's some that you can't even tell, like on this one here.
Can we just talk about how chubby their snakes are? That makes me giggle. By the way, speaking about fonts, if you've got a freaking small low-bit game, this is a beautiful font for it. Sorry.
Yeah, it's always a big disconnect if they've got like a low bit game and then it's just like, all right, this full resolution font over the top.
Wandering Gamer, if you want to torture me for more pizza game, it's going to be $250 at bare ass minimum.
Whoa! Man, you an expensive date.
For a pizza game, I am.
Oh, the next trailer is A+ too as well. Oh, I'm looking
I'm
forward
not
to
a
this.
beautiful font. That doesn't work, Reverend Puck.
Do you know what trailer we're using for the next trailer? For the next game?
No.
Oh, I hope it's the one I think it is.
I don't know.
This game comes out on the 25th.
So, let's see.
Is it a good one?
Big
Vein.
Drunk Satanic Massacre.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I'm sorry. BDSM, Big Drunk Satanic Massacre.
Shoot lasers from your head. Kick in doors.
You are apparently the son of Satan, and it's Diablo, I guess.
Drink milk you can't stand. Shoot.
Ever wonder what it's like to be Satan's son? Nothing special. Unleash lust, chronic alcoholism, and reckless shooting.
It's milk. It's
Milk.
Twinge drank milk tonight.
Their new trailer I wasn't a big fan of, but man, their other one was A+. That one was A+.
Everywhere is thirsty.
I saw that, Twinge. Well played.
Okay. What do you guys think about this?
This is Code Vein.
Looks very anime.
That's what they said, anyway.
Is this our
So-
first plot trailer?
No, we had another plot trailer earlier. You guys missed it. My chat caught the plot twice, actually. 2 times, 2 trailers. So this is a game that, like, when it first came out, I was not super stoked for it. Like, even like seeing the beta footage and whatnot. But whatever is going to be going live here, I've seen some good stuff come out of it. Like, this has definitely impressed me now, to the point where I'll probably end up playing this.
All right, I'll flag this.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna. I'll probably go through my list again afterwards, but this is definitely on my list of for sure. Jack, is there like a way to like have 2-tone tapping on the check marks, or is it only one tap?
Just one tap.
My notes for this is Dark Souls anime. That's it. PC, PS4, and Xbox One as well too.
You know what, Twins? If they paid you to play Code Vein instead of KFC, you'd be okay with that?
I mean, I guess. Depends on how much.
I'm sorry to hurt you.
Like, it looks okay. Like I don't know. I've enjoyed Dark Souls like experiences less and less the more of them I play.
See, I'm hands down with you on that, and I think that's the one game that I'd want to try another Dark Souls experience again, because like, yeah.
I just want to say that pain in your soul that you felt when I asked you that, I feel when I see this as the next Contra. This, by the way, is Contra Rogue Force.
I'm trying to ignore what I'm looking at right now.
Wait, is this an
This is an official Konami digital entertainment Contra experience.
Yep.
Oh.
There is a demo. Your progress does not carry over. It's co-op. You can play up to 4 characters, 100 different weapons and augments, 4v4 PvP, and the greatest of all, because it's Konami, there's this season's pass.
Okay. I kind of didn't even think Konami was making games anymore, but I guess they're making this.
Yeah, Wandering Gamer, it went up after I played the game. Sorry.
Oh, use this trailer for this. This is fine.
So, Dauntless.
What is it? Disclosure, I'm a Dauntless partner. It's finally leaving its beta, and it's going 1.0, done by Phoenix Lab, local to good old British Columbia here. It's going to be on Switch, not right away. We don't know what the Switch release date is, but they're going to be putting out new weapon, new behemoth, a new bounty system as well, too, to replace weekly quests. But Switch should be out by the end of the year.
So, even though we do game trailers, sometimes we showcase some really cool tools that come out that may come up in games or broadcasting.
So what?
This is also one of the most charming trailers of the episode.
But whatever.
This was one of the few trailers I watched completely through when just looking through all of the trailers.
But then she came
Yeah,
up with
it's
boy,
cute.
I barely recognize.
We're gonna
This is
listen
for
to the words a
software.
little.
Seriously, she wrote
Yeah,
me a program.
this is for software,
with which
not
I
a
can
game.
also make music.
And
Check
Twins,
this
if you
out.
want to share any thoughts.
So this here is my drive wheel.
I like gerbils.
To it, I can couple some sounds that I can easily program on my workstation. Even with my own stuff.
So if you take a look at the circles, they
Which
have a
is
little
really
line,
cool.
and it's
On
I
the
love
north,
playing the
on the
drums
top
so
of it, yeah.
you just make circles, and that's how you do your loops. And the
Then
gerbil
I
does
load the
stuff.
sounds into the program, where I use different wheels to play them in real time.
It's a really cool
Hey,
concept.
Don't laugh. But that's not all
This
yet,
is
of course.
a mini
'Cause
program compared to their
also
bigger one, which is
an
called
ace
Forever
keyboard
Loops.
player.
This is their kind of their
Right.
intro
Well,
if you don't
for
want to buy the
instance,
full version. And this also comes out on the 26th, like Dauntless, and Contra, and Code Vein,
And then there's
and
also this
BDSM,
fresh sound
all on the
library.
26th.
I just need to pick up something delicious.
Yeah, cute little music making.
Oh, hi,
program.
sweetie. In you go. And we're back.
It's just a good trailer.
But wait, that's
Pretty
I'm
good beat,
bobbing
too.
my head.
no way. My mistress is ever so smart. She knows very well how quickly I get bored.
I have like 3 of those yellow cables.
And
right
that's
now.
exactly
Not
why she also set up my very own studio for me. Watch out.
like how they animated the hands perfectly.
Anyway,
Isn't that
so
cool?
Twinge, I told you you'd see some
because
trailers
as
you
you know,
enjoy
the
and
best
some
always
trailers
comes
you'd rather
last.
forget.
I'll
Are
quickly
we
show
hitting
you
the
this
mark
great
so
video
far?
function.
Yeah,
First we'll do some shots.
about what I could expect, I suppose.
In hindsight, are there any trailers that definitely are the why the hell did you do that?
And yes, the pics are already matching.
Exploding babies, maybe the first one.
So
Oh,
the special trailer.
yeah.
Just wait until you get to the very end. Oh,
All right, we something to look forward to.
Jack.
Stay tuned, everybody.
What did I do right or wrong?
What's this fun thing?
On the list. Oh, special's just that long. Oh wow. Okay.
Sorry, guys.
That is reduced, by the way.
By the
Oh,
way,
there's so many
you can also
more
get it for yourselves.
specials on here.
So let's get started.
No, there's some port hiding in there.
Where are those
That's what it is.
thumbsticks?
Some port got to the very bottom.
Oh, because it. Oh, I know why. Hold on.
Something sorted weird, I guess.
No. Those are the extra ones. Let me just delete them and they're good.
These
Now we're
games,
accurate.
though.
Now we're
Oh,
accurate.
what's it?
Entering a new age where the majority are now adepts, people who possess supernatural powers.
This is
now
bullshit.
Supernatural.
Don't get baited.
Those without
Supernatural
these
powers.
Oh, wait, no, wrong trailer.
Are being hunted and executed.
Oh man, this is from the makers of Gungal VR.
Of human
Yeah.
evolution.
Sorry, I thought it was a different one.
By now,
Okay, I said Gungal VR because that's one game they made. They also made all of the other Gunvolt games. I know Gunvolt. Gunvolt, I know, does have a little bit of a community out there too as well. So shout out to you guys.
So this one
That's
feels.
gonna be that they have the voice actress like listed right when they introduce the character.
The mysterious young man known
This
as
feels
the
very
Laser
strategy Mega Man.
It's if you've ever played the it's extra mechanic Mega Man or X or Mega Man Zero? Mega Man Zero? The Mega Man Zero games? Am I saying it right?
Yep.
The one that they're just released. They just announced they're doing all the Mega Man Zero games in one collection that's coming out next year, and I'm so hyped for that. Oh, this is gonna be that's gonna be a great platformer shooter collection when it comes out. Absolutely fantastic. One of the best possibly to come out just for older games. They're probably gonna charge $60 for it too, and it's the games are gonna. I'm sorry. I'm. Oh.
So do you play games like this, Twinge?
Potentially.
Sorry, I don't know why I just gawked over that so hard. I'm the hardcore gushing. I know. I'm sorry.
Dude, it's all good.
Were you prompting me to say that I could be paid to play this?
Oh no, I wasn't prompting. I've never seen you play a Mega Man platformer so I thought I'd ask.
No, this is part of...
Yeah, I mean, I played Bleed, at least. That's a run-and-gun platformer.
Gotcha.
Bleed and Bleed 2. 20XX, yeah, that's a roguelike Mega Man.
I want to play 20XX. I still should get back to that. Badger says we should co-op it sometimes. I think he said.
Yeah, co-op and it works pretty well.
I could also do it with K-Drag.
As a reminder, this is a Gunvolt game. It's from the series.
It is from the series. Okay.
Yeah, Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger IX.
That is such an anime name.
X. Luminous Avenger X. Beautiful.
Coming September 26th, 2019.
Now that I hear that epic voice, it makes me think of how Tenchi tried to go epic in the beginning.
Yeah.
Apex of 2D action.
Apex?
Why are you Xing the ape?
Exclusive LolaWare DLC.
Well,
what?
I don't know the horrible things the apes have done.
Is there DLC just to change the avatar in the break screens?
What?
Oh, that's how you monetize your game.
No.
Just no. The next game is Angela and Demon. One hell of a quest.
Wait, no, you're skipping.
No.
That's
this is
wrong.
Stian.
Stian, Reign of the Old Ones, and
Wait, how do you say that?
I think it's
the
Stygian.
wrong way to say it. That's how you say it.
I've always said Stygian.
It's Stygian. That's how you say it
might be.
correctly.
Is that? No, don't quote me on that being correct. I was wondering if
that's
that
how
was
I would say it correctly
I'm
instead
not.
of
Mine's
steal.
not confident either. So
I didn't see a G apparently.
Is there a G in there? Oh, there is a G. Okay, good. Okay, I'm correct. Okay. See,
We'll
if this was
talk
my
about
chat,
it
they
on
would have
my
rated me already.
TWG. We'll talk about it on my next stream.
How much? Oh, I saw the comment.
And we'll just say an unfair amount of money. So, turn-based combat in a Lovecraftian world. I think we need to King Cthulhu with this.
Even Jade might pull this off.
This would actually be much more Jade.
Here's a Might and Magic. I would agree.
Ooh, that's a good way to say it.
no, I haven't played Mighty Number 9. Get you. Yeah, the art is pretty flat and stingy in there.
True. That's the thing is though, is the art the experience? That's the question to ask yourself when you play it.
Oh yeah, that Stygian game, that was a Kickstarter game from July 2016.
Gotcha.
Oddly enough.
So
Jack, what's this game, Jack?
This is called Angelo and Demon. One hell of a quest.
Oh no, the worst nightmare ever.
And when you're
when Premiere crashes.
Oh god.
There is a demo on itch.io for this game as well too. Will release later.
Look, man, my channel is dying.
What?
Advertisement rates are getting lower for me.
What?
If I don't upload something hot, I'll have to get a real job, man.
Oh, shut up.
We've been called out.
Hey, this is a YouTuber. That's a YouTuber. They're not a streamer.
They said they were a blogger.
They're not part of my life.
Oh my god, it's
Never gives his friend away.
Wait, is this Full Throttle character?
Curry favors. Speak humbly.
Oh, who that?
Bribe me.
Damn, he sounded like a woman I used to. No, but you need it urgently, right?
Who's that?
That was Nixon.
So let's
okay.
cooperate.
Even a blogger needs a sidekick. Oh my god, it's YouTuber and Demon doing point and click. Oh my god!
Oh!
Okay.
Was that a dead clown that he put dynamite in his head to blow it up?
I love how Hell uses baud rate modems.
Yeah. That seems appropriate.
What trailer did you use for this? Is this still the
following trailer has been censored for your protection. The actual
Yes, it has.
Oh,
the censored version is so much better.
Freedom figure. Yeah.
But the game, I wonder if the game actually has the censored option in it.
It does, I hear. So no,
That's
the voice
good.
actors are what the hell?
So salty. You won't get away with this.
Like seriously, I can't believe that they got that many good voice actors in here too. For Freedom
38
Finger.
And 38 licensed music tracks as well too. So like if you end up enjoying this, can only imagine what the rest of the game's going to be like.
Damn.
They've got some names. I don't know if they've got the gameplay, but
Yeah, I'm like
it's art type. It's art type with a story. When was the last art type game
with a
that you played
story.
that had a story?
I think that's a little
Archive
strong,
was
isn't it?
This is Lennon the Lion, specifically added because of the trailer, and also Twinge. This might be up your alley.
How do I feel?
Either way, the music's good.
It's a dapper crew.
Hey, Lion.
Also, you see what I mean? Why I said it might be you?
Sure.
I don't know, like anything that attempts to go in any direction of Undertale, I think your way, especially after you came and watched One Shot with me, man.
That hesitant sure. It was perfect.
One Shot actually came before Undertale originally, but yeah, a hesitant sure seems like a good response to this.
It won a lot of social impact related rewards.
Huh.
So it's purely, from what I read, it's purely about the way that they approach the character development and story.
Okay.
Is this French rap?
I don't know.
Maybe?
French rap always just sounds so chill sometimes. I don't know. Like some I know like some of the songs I've heard that they put into like just different games. It's just super chill and it just fits. French lo-fi. Yeah.
It's very much a game I don't know what one would expect from. Your lions for some reason. It's like basic adventure, and there's some dark stuff going on. All right.
I'll play it first, and
An abandoned land.
this is Memora.
Oh yeah, Memora. Okay.
Shaped by logic.
This had a pretty good visual
and
style going for it.
An ancient tribe. And a
Is
forlorn
puzzle right?
paradise.
All the puzzles. Yes.
What fate
yes,
has befallen them?
PC and Switch, Xbox and PS4
What
later.
truths remain in the stone left behind?
Coming out on the 27th.
Only the determined shall find the answers.
Yeah, Lid the Lion is not a very good title for the game, probably, because it doesn't sound like it evokes any of what they're going for, probably.
Gotcha.
But it certainly could be interesting. Just call it Lid. It could sound like a Soviet name.
That might not be the best way to brand their marketing.
Probably not.
Just saying.
Man.
Yeah, so this looks visually good. Like it kind of feels like the puzzles might not be super great, but like it's got potential at least. I'm interested in trying it out.
You know, in puzzle games, I have learned I don't care about the puzzles as much as the singular odd experiences that they seem to evoke. It's weird.
What's the one that's on the island where it's just a whole bunch of just a ton of not
Witness?
missed.
The Witness.
The Witness, yeah. The Witness is one of those really odd ones that just it looks odd and you don't know if you're gonna like it, but you jump in, you're like, yes.
It's like, all right, 50 hours
Wasn't
of
that from the
staring at
creator?
line puzzles, and
Wasn't-
it's excellent.
Wasn't that from the creator of Braid, if I remember
Braid.
correctly?
Yep.
This, by the way,
Those
is Nordlick.
You control the curious Aurora, joined by her best friend, the guinea pig, Peter, Silly, and her clever dad, Rupert. I think there was way more for the description for this, but I think that was the best catchphrase that I could pull out. But I think it was basically, it's a journey. It's a journey that they're going on together to fight something, if I remember correctly.
Thank you for spending over 10 seconds on your freaking logo of your company.
Yeah, logos to start trailers are... Oh, that was at the end. Okay, at the end it's less egregious, but...
Rain of
This game
Reflection.
got delayed.
Oh, okay.
Still to this month, but it was supposed to come out earlier. But it means that they're spending time.
The child must be set free.
Well, if they delayed only a week, that's not their spending time. That's oh shit, we got a problem and we can't fix it in time.
Yeah.
Kind of terrorist.
Hey, at least they're not like patching it live. I can applaud them for that. This is, I don't know how many episodes they're going to be planning for this, but this is chapter 1. This is actually a different trailer that was on their Steam page. Their Steam page is a little bit more action, but it's a atmospheric dystopian adventure game with exploration, deep character interaction. It's turn-based strategy.
Interesting.
This I'll probably end up streaming for sure.
what's that sound? I'm gonna sit here and stare forward cluelessly.
Hey, that's still better than the Half-Life NPCs.
So they do tactical strategy, but
Can't speak for the both of us.
not
but
combat?
Don't have anything worth going back
Nice.
to. I say bring it on.
Yeah, I believe you're just generally running. You're not looking to fight.
Oh no, you're fighting.
Oh yeah, now she's got a gun now. Okay, never mind, I'm wrong.
Remember what we talked about, leaving this place.
But Dad won't let us leave.
Hey, you. He's coming for you.
That is quite a face.
I thought he was wearing a mask.
That guy has seen some
Now
shit.
spread out and find her.
Which guy? I should
Actually,
probably
there's a
swear
better
less
voice.
on this show.
You understand
'Cause you-
the gravity of what you're getting yourself into.
And
Yeah, that's a
also,
good trailer.
Be careful
For
out there.
DarkTwinge's virgin ears, I'm sorry, friend.
Hey, he said crap at the beginning.
I did say crap.
Yeah, again. Next
Oh,
is
scary warning.
Kicking it up a
Akamanto.
notch for this. For just for you
Scary
guys.
warning, Jack.
Oh no, I can't look away. That's the rules.
Just shake
okay,
off.
that's not
Oh,
scary.
okay.
That's the
multiple
visual
ending.
style is really cool.
PS1, PS2,
Yeah,
never mind.
that thing.
That thing
was,
got
PS1
me.
aesthetics.
Be freaky.
Oh, I don't know what trailer they got for this one. It's the full one.
Oh, Q World.
It's finally coming out! Alpha started July 2nd, 2013.
Yeah,
AKA.
I feel like I remember seeing you stream the alpha of this Morag.
I was. This is what got me a sub button. Was this game? Back
There
when
you
you weren't
go.
given a sub button when you got partnership. I got partnership and then I got the sub button like a couple months later. But
Hey,
this is the-
Morag, you want to play co-op?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes. Hey, Twinge, you want to play co-op?
It's coming out on the 30th. If you already, if you,
I'm supposed to like play along and be like, yeah, but I'm gonna give it honest.
No, maybe. Okay.
if you bought an alpha key, you're gonna be able to start playing their beta. So basically, they're gonna do 1 week testing on the 23rd on Monday. You'll be able to start playing right away.
Oh, neat.
You can go to the Pick Roma website and pick up your key right now as well too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, people said the game was dead. People didn't believe the dev was actually gonna go and do anything with it. The game was in development for many years. The dev only posted updates every 6 to 15 months. And yeah, it doesn't look like a ton has changed with the game, but they've added a ton of content in is what it's looking like right now. Do you remember your password, Bomber? You gotta go find it now. You gotta go find it. But I guess there are ways to get, if you already have your key put into Steam, you can download the client, and I guess there's a way to start playing the game. Not in its full version right now, but yeah. Password Manager still had it. Good job, Password Manager.
That said, whether you're going to play it or not, looking back at this, it's still stupidly beautiful despite everything that's come out since it was made. It's the lighting and how it affects it, really, in my opinion.
It's, to me, you know what it is?
What?
No stuttering.
Oh, that's true.
It's smooth. You know how many games nowadays just have little micro stutters in it? And it's just due to just small little engine quirks, I find. Like, they're not that full, just crisp smoothness. And it's, I would say, it's plaguing a good chunk of games, and any game that ends up making their own engine automatically looks like they are left field for good ways because they don't have that micro stutter built in.
Can we talk about the fact how he just flew away from his friend's dead tombstone in the distance?
I missed that. So is this more fixed RPG or more open world sandbox like Minecraft or whatever?
No building.
So it's open world RPG, yeah.
Combat. Yeah.
Gotcha.
You actually, all the weapons. So one really cool thing that the Q World is really nifty. The weapons that you see on them, you end up getting extra, let's just say gems. I'm just going to say gems, but they're going to be the size of pixels. And you actually put them onto your weapon. There's a whole editor built into the game where you can actually build the shape of your weapon. So you can make it look like whatever you want. And you can spend a lot of time on that editor. Just make your weapon just look as phallic as you want.
Yeah, I imagine.
Oh, I bet you the TTP on this one's going to be less than an hour. I'm sorry, I should explain that. One of the things I love talking about when I'm chilling with other developers is a metric that exists called the TTP, or the time to penis. Is how long after launch something phallic is created, and you have to create an engine to hide it, adjust it, or accept it.
Heck yeah.
By the way, Bloody Judge, thank you. It's a legit thing. The best conversation I had about this is when Lego did their online world.
New releases complete.
There we go.
Hey, DarkTwinge, what are your hobbies do outside of like the internet?
I mean, a lot of it is still games. Like I do a lot of board gaming with friends as well.
Nice.
I also like cooking. I've gotten into poetry recently.
Constructing or partaking of?
Both.
Okay.
Who are some of your favorite poets?
My favorite poem is probably The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. Nice. That one just has such a really good sense of flow to it. I also really like the Jabberwocky by Lewis Carroll.
Jabberwocky's
nice,
really
nice.
good one, yeah.
I am definitely not adversed in the poetry stuff.
So we have some time. Can you tell us some of the board games that you appreciate or the style of?
Yeah. Oh yeah, this looks reminding. Like I want to learn piano, but I have not been spending much time on that. But, yeah,
I want to learn piano so bad too.
I'm interested in.
Returning subscriber.
Yeah, as far as my favorite board games, kind of the most common like category I like is the mid-weight Euro game, where like strategy game that
returning
isn't super complicated, but has enough depth there that you're making some interesting, good decisions, and it lasts like 45 to 90 minutes, more so than the ones that last like 3 hours or whatever. I tend to find those to get a little bogged down for my taste. I also really enjoy some party games, like I was talking to Jack earlier about like Time's Up. I'm actually working on making a mobile version of that combines elements of other party games like Taboo and Charades, and it's
nice.
Just a lot of fun to play.
Oh man, I forget what game I was just introduced to not last week and the weekend before. That it was a ton of fun, but it was very quick paced too as well. If anyone knows, it's where you have 2 cards face down. They're like different tasks. You can either every turn you take money. You can take 2 tokens. You can murder other people. That might be enough to try and figure out what board game it is, but it's fantastic. It's so much fun. Or you can like redraw your cards for 2 new ones.
Oh yeah, Coup.
There we go. Yeah,
good.
That was a fantastic game. So good. Oh, I love it.
I'm going to click play again. Thank you for answering the questions tonight. As a note, the next chapter is going to be our last one. We're watching individual trailers. Let's see what Tenchi has to say. And they're short from now on, actually, comparatively.
Still have money in your bank account? Well, we have DLC, content patches, expansions, definitive editions, and probably microtransactions for you. Enjoy the evolutions.
It's basically any content that happens after the game comes out. So this is actually a game, I remember this coming out a long time ago, but it was only multiplayer.
So I Am Not a Monster, this is called First Contact.
This thing, okay.
Yeah. They were going to do a Kickstarter, but they ended up canceling it. And then they said, no, screw it. We're just going to make the single player experience. So now they have a single player mode that's coming out. It's a whole expansion to it. It's coming out a couple days ago on the 18th.
So the original game was a deception-like game where you were multiplayer and one of you was an alien. It was like The Thing.
Oh, okay.
And then they just made it into an XCOM thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually some of my favorite board games, too. That style, like your Resistance and Avalon and stuff, Secret Hitler, that style.
I still want to try Secret Hitler for the first time.
I've never played Secret Hitler either. I've always wanted to, though.
Like, I personally prefer Resistance, but Secret Hitler is real solid too.
Resistance, isn't that where you have like a saboteur among you or something?
Both of those games are like that same, like Werewolf or Mafia. If you guys are more
Gotcha.
familiar with those. But yeah, same basic idea where you've got a group of people and some of them are on the bad guys team. That the bad guys all know each other, and the good guys are trying to root out who the bad guys are.
Yeah, same style of like Mafia / Town of Salem. Like,
Yep, exactly.
You can make your own custom games by adding in different classes and whatnot. And they do very, very particular things.
That's a beautiful end screen of art.
Mm-hmm.
The next game is Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch Remastered.
It's my mom.
What? Can you say that 5 times fast?
No. I'm not going to waste our time.
Does it need to be remastered? I thought it like.
Well, no, they went through for PC and PS4. They like cleaned it up, 60 FPS. Switch, to the best of my knowledge, they did make it 60 FPS, but it still runs pretty well.
Gotcha.
But everything else kind of got upscaled to like 4K, I want to say. But they cleaned up everything. You know, it was already like pseudo. I'd say it's most like this anime style now has gone down a very specialized cell shading.
Mm-hmm.
So you know.
So
they just clean it cell shading. So, but anyway, any Ghibli universe is just A+ anyway. Ghibli.
Yep.
Game was fantastic. Last dungeon sucked. But game was fun. I enjoyed it more than the first one, and the music is A+ too.
This is the first one, as I understand.
Yep, this is the first. Also, was made for the DS originally too, as well. So if you have an original 3DS, you could play that on it. If not re-release version, but if you can find it, it's out there.
Rated T for teen.
The next one is Niflheim.
So this is a game that actually came out on PC last September, but they're going to be doing a patch that's updating the weapons, armor, the tools for repair mechanics, new items, new crafting, new balancing, and all this stuff. It's going to be in this next coming update. But at the same time, they're also putting this on PS4, Xbox One, and Switch.
Initial thoughts, Twinge?
That's a lot of scenes of them chopping trees and mining. That's gonna have a lot of bad collecting resources and crafting. I'm not interested.
Looks like their style is much more Kingdom, though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That death animation, man. I think I did a first look of this for 20 minutes. I don't know why it wasn't more than 20. Oh, because it was just the end of the show. Find your path to Valhalla. What, are you going to die? That's your goal, die.
Well, you gotta die in, like, true honorable combat, eh?
Dude, if you're chopping trees for half of your life, I don't know if that's going to be your path.
Well, you gotta have a tree fall on you.
This is Rage 2, Rise of the Ghosts.
So, what, Rage 2 was definitely, I'd say it's one of those games that, like, I feel all their marketing did so well, but I personally didn't play it myself because it's just not my style of game. But I don't know if, like, the quirkiness is just outdone itself, maybe? I don't know, because what was the other series that started out pretty serious and then just got really dumb real quick? With, like, the big purple dildos and whatnot.
I definitely know what you're talking about.
Chat's got our back, I guarantee it.
Saints Row.
Thank you. And, like, Rage 2
I see, like,
just...
8 people across all the chats.
Can we talk about how great this trailer is, even if we're not playing the game?
Oh,
it's
really
like I said, marketing A+. I don't know. But I don't know. I guess they just didn't end up nailing down the quirkiness that Saints Row had. But even then, I feel that Saints Row didn't really do well in its last game as well, too.
I would argue, and this is going to sound weird, this is what happened. This is the difference of solid brand confidence versus not. Because Borderlands 3 wore the same dress better. It's a weird way to say it, but Borderlands 3 does stuff like this. People have trust in Borderlands. I don't think people have the same level of trust in Rage.
I'd agree with that. I feel this is way more over the top than Borderlands, but I think Borderlands knows its limit.
That's possible. Borderlands is reasonably over the top, but this
people
is
trust
probably
Borderlands?
a little more.
Have trust in Borderlands? It has been mixed, but I'm just saying people had better expectations from Borderland versus Rage. The bar was set higher within their mind, whether it's met or not.
I agree with that.
So,
oh man.
all I've got to say is there used to be a Dragon's Quest 11 Definitive Edition. This is now the Dragon's Quest 11 S Definitive Edition, like 8 months later.
So you know what's cool about this? I fully agree with the sign. So this game does not have content the PC and PS4 game are going to be getting. There's no ETA for it, nothing. Demo content transfers over. It's a big demo as well too. You can go check it out right now. You can go between, and I don't know if they're going to show it here, but you can go between 2D and 3D version of the game, and they play identically. And you can switch it live. They also put in all of the symphonic music that the original versions didn't have as well too, that people found a way to hack in on PC. You can play with Japanese or English voices, and there's brand new content for all the different characters as well too. A whole extra piece of story. So hopefully that.
Why didn't they do that with the first re-release?
I don't know. That's okay. At this rate, we will see Dragon's Quest 11 SXIPQT
HD Remix
Definitive Remake Edition.
DarkTwinge, we have some ports coming up. Basically stuff that people already know about but might want to know more about. So I got a bunch of rapid fire questions for you. Are you ready?
Oh God, yeah, you just do it.
First thing that comes to your mind. Favorite meme.
All of your base. God, that's what came to mind. Damn it.
Show or movie you refuse to watch.
Movie I refuse to watch.
Whatever's
Man
on
on
mind.
Fire is a bad movie.
What do you take for granted?
What do I take for granted? My position living as an American.
Favorite Twitch emote.
My own, honestly. Like,
what job would you be terrible at?
What job would I be terrible at? Heavy manual labor. Like,
what are you
working
famous
on an
for?
oil rig.
What are you famous
for? FTL.
What was the last time you climbed a tree?
When I was young, we used to have a big spruce tree. I climbed like way to the top, like freaking
Pineapple on pizza?
25 feet high or something. Pineapple pizza? Neutral, mildly bad. Mildly.
Wow. Okay. Places that you feel most comfortable.
On the computer or with
Favorite
friends
fast food?
playing games. In meh. Burritos.
What keeps you up at night?
What keeps me up at night? That's a very sad line to go down. I've been having some trouble with some depressive thoughts lately that go down that have been keeping me up, but it's been getting better.
Good answers. Good answers.
I meant to pause. Stay paused.
Too late.
Hold on. No. We're backing up because we're gonna give a proper intro to our man Tenchi. No, don't click where I didn't click. Whoever that is.
I didn't click anything.
All you, Jack.
Watch together, baiting me. All right. Dude, by the way, those are some awesome answers. I just want to say that before we go forward, man. And if you ever need someone to talk to late at night, just remember I'm a Discord call away.
Kids.
I love you. By the way, again, HJTenchi supported. Let's do a thanks to him for doing the voice lines for our segue category breaks.
You've played it before. You've bought it 3 times. Now, here come the ports. Because you probably need it on the Switch as well.
Oh, God. Yeah, most of these are for the Switch.
So, this is where I talked about where we actually built a full montage for all of the games and ports. They're about 25 to 30 seconds each. And they will talk about them live on stream, so we don't have to know them.
Yep.
So, Twinge, Lego games, like them?
I've played the Lego Star Wars ones way back in the day, and yeah, I enjoyed them okay. Like, I don't think they're like super long-term enjoyable, but they're some light fun, and I think they're really good for kids especially.
Mm-hmm. This one especially always just looked crazy as well too.
Oh yeah.
Can we just say, This was my favorite part of working on the video because the music is still amazing to this day.
I didn't even know this song was from Castle Crashes. Like I had downloaded Waterflame's discography because I knew their music from elsewhere, and then I actually saw someone doing a piano sponsored cast for Castle Crashes here. They were playing that song. I'm like, wait, what?
Oh, spooky trailer.
I've seen this so much.
You've watched this how many times now?
Yeah. This video is a total of 12.5 hours of work. So
can we go back to the Castle Crashers with the shitting bear?
Yes. Sorry for the spooks. So I haven't played a racing game on anything since Ridge Racer. I feel like I'm missing out.
Yeah, I haven't done many, like, I mean, it's mostly been like stuff like Mario Kart. Played, some Gran Turismo, like 2, like the PS2 or 1 or whatever that was on.
So.
Man, I remember playing this game when it first came out for DS.
This game took so much of my time. Did you ever play this one?
I have not played this, no.
It was a really cool, like, puzzle version of, like, city or fantasy adventure RPG. Yeah. Twinge, what do you feel about ports as a whole? Like, do you have any systems you look forward to things coming out on?
I mean, if there's something good that is coming to PC, that's good. But yeah, I don't have any other consoles at all, so it's all PC for me.
Around to your feet melt. There's even
So,
one of those fancy world map
well, that's
things.
cool. I think there's one game that's going to PC from consoles.
Fantasy
Yeah, this is still Switch.
Yeah, honestly, 80% of them are all Switch.
That sounds right. It sounds like correct on the dev's part too. Like that's a good idea.
So it's a 4-player party game where you can mess with people.
I remember when they first were talking about this though, and for PC, and it was just like, wait, is this gonna be better than like the last Mario Party game? It looks like it has more minigames already.
Oh really? Did the Mario Party not have many?
I heard bad things about the last Mario Party game, right?
Yeah, and they just never patched it, nothing, and like other games got patches, and it just is sitting there alone now. Sad.
This is where all of our channels are spammed with links.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I did get rid of TBuffer. I'm sorry.
Why'd you get rid of TBuffer?
It wasn't getting used.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good reason.
People stopped using it because Twitch stopped buffering.
Oh, that's a good point.
Pretty much. The streams either just die or they're fine. Mostly, there's a lot less of a buffer.
Yeah.
So, this is like my happiest chubby little platformer guy ever.
Oh, that map. Wow.
Yeah, the map is more verbose than I expected.
Okay, I'm putting that on the list. I'm sorry, good maps like this, like that are like scale well, are an instant like turn on for me.
Really? Twinge, do you have anything that's likewise like instant turn on using Morag's words?
Well, I wouldn't use those words myself.
I know. I would use them twice as much. Go on.
That tickle my fancy.
Music, like if the music really appeals to me, that's gonna increase my interest in it quite a bit. Although, like, I've made mistakes enough times. Like, there's several anime series that I've watched because the music was good, but it was a mistake every time if I watched it for only that reason.
Just a guy with a lightsaber and a few questions.
This, by the way, was a fantastic game back in the day, and I'm glad to see it coming. Is this one Switch, I think?
I didn't write full notes for it. It's going for all consoles, yeah.
All consoles. Did you ever play any of the Jedi Knights?
I did not myself, no, but they certainly come up in conversations a lot. People really like those games.
So we're going to have a lot of...
Same with Baldur's Gate.
We're going to have a lot of
people
Baldur's
like them.
Gate.
I have not played them.
So We're gonna have a lot
I'm just
of
gonna
Baldur's
link.
Gate here.
I'm just gonna link all the Baldur's Gates right now because we're gonna see all of them.
There's a lot of them.
I don't think you put this one in your trailer, but I'm gonna link it anyway.
Oh, the Baldur's Gate 2? Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't have a good trailer. I don't know why they made good trailers for everything else but Baldur's Gate 2.
Baldur's Gate 2 is specifically the one that's like most lauded, I would say, right?
Yeah. Well, yes. Well, no. Planescape Torment actually got the most here.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I thought that was separate, but yeah, Planescape Torment is one I might still play at some point. Like that's supposed to have a really good narrative, but some clunky ass controls.
Yeah.
I've told Jack this, but I could never. I need to find an experience to get into an isometric RPG like this. I've yet to play one that I've fully captured me in like the first half an hour.
A two-person or even single-player experience on
to survive, and then you meet
what
another
is it?
survivor. But it's too late. The killer is upon you. Now run.
Not Pillars of Eternity, the other one that's really good recently. Chad, you got my back.
And escape with your life.
But
not Pillars.
It's the other one that came out.
Arcana
Divinity.
I'm thinking of.
Divinity
I don't know that I would
Original Sin 2.
necessarily recommend
Satisfying.
Arcanum for you, but that is the one that came to mind, and I like that one at least decently.
That one was a good
Older
classic,
one.
not one I'd recommend. Divinity Original Sin 2 is brilliant, well made.
I've only heard amazing stuff about this game too, as well.
This one's considered by many one of the classic masterpieces.
Specifically, yeah, like to have some of the best narrative in any game, but I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, and these are all Switch now.
Also, for some reason, I apparently didn't know how Planescape was set up. I literally thought it was first person.
Oh, is it Planescape, not Planetscape? Oops.
It's Planescape.
I thought it was Planetscape.
Whoops. I think I'm gonna put the details across the middle in the future. I just realized some of us are. Well, I see Morag's placement. We'll figure out a good placement. Maybe
I purposely, actually, I started putting myself here because it just makes it simple for all games.
Gotcha.
I've yet to find a game I have to move myself yet, which is nice.
So this one seems to be a weird two-ball platformer that had a narrative story that's emotional, kind of like Raid.
Okay, this trailer was like 5 minutes long. It's ridiculous trailer.
Yeah, here's a hot tip. If you're designing a game, make a trailer, try to make it under a minute.
Oh, no.
90 seconds
It's a great trailer, though. I recommend this trailer from start to finish. It's hilarious.
Yeah, like right now, they're just like, get workers, give them homes, make them breed so you can get more workers.
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, man.
All of the mobile ports are moving over now to Switch, right?
Yeah. You're about to get linked up.
I wonder if these are worse or better than the because some of them, like Final Fantasy VI, they butchered. It made
Let's
worse.
not talk about those. They don't exist.
Well, like FF4, they did better. They actually improved. But
are you talking about the 3D one?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think they've fully released the original one, have they?
I thought they did a re-release of FF4 that they actually improved things instead of horribly butchering the sprites and stuff.
No, I think they port the original FF4 they ported nicely. I thought they just did the 3D version.
So Northgard previously was a interesting, almost Risk-like RTS. And Darksiders 2. I mean, it's Darksiders 2. You're kicking ass.
Spectacle Fighter, to use the term we found earlier.
Yeah. This is moving over to Switch and the consoles.
And plot.
Plot! Plot number 4.
Glad. Hey, mentioned by you earlier, Twinge.
Yes.
I know when I saw this trailer again, when we were going over the final cut of this montage, I was like, man, this game looks better than I remember. Like it's aged
beautiful.
Extremely well.
Beautiful game.
So
Like,
this
speaking as
was-
someone that doesn't care that much about visuals in games in general, it's beautiful.
So this one is.
We make Tropico even greater. Even
Is?
bigger.
I forgot what I was gonna
I
say.
was gonna say I can't wait for the next Ori game.
Yeah.
So we're wrapping up and getting to the end of our ports, which means we're almost to the end of our show. So after this, we got our last port, which is Jalopy.
Jalopy.
Sure.
Which is
Sure.
It's funny when you think of Jalopy, I just think of Ragnarok Online with jalopies. It's like the basic item. If I remember correctly, that the slimes drop,
Yeah.
coins drop.
They drop cars.
Is that what it is? A car is a jalopy?
No, that car is a jalopy or a device of rundown appearance.
Is that a nickname of it? Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, a jalopy
Well, anyway.
is a crappy thing, basically. So you're running around on a crappy car.
Gotcha. I never heard the term outside of that game.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so
Oh, you still made this the shorter time.
yeah,
Okay, that's
we
fine.
should have made it longer, which is fine. We'll just pause.
We'll just pause it.
Twinge, we are at the end
Okay.
of the show. I will talk to you in a moment because I think all of us need to say thank you to all of our viewers for coming this far with us to this experience. And if you get to stay here till the end of our random chat where we get to talk about ourselves and what you guys should do, you get the special trailers. I am sorry.
Oh boy.
I am sorry. There are these are the trailers that when we talk about it internally in the team, these are the ones we reduce our IQ to understand.
When we scale it 1 out of 5, it's a ... or a what?
That yes, it is officially ... in the votes.
Okay.
But
so that's what you guys get to look forward to. Now let's talk about the important thing. Twinge, thank you for chilling. I'm gonna just pause it. We can turn on
Absolutely.
our own music.
yeah, just pausing.
That's not what I want. That's horrible music. All right, so yeah, no, I'm not gonna put dubstep on. Okay, so Twinge, it's the end of the show. First, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here.
Absolutely. It's a good time.
Now, before we revere you with incredible things to say about you, let's have you talk about yourself. This is the shout out portion of the show. For anyone watching on YouTube even, I want them to know where can they find you in the world. Just tell us what we need to know.
Oh man, yeah. So I'm never that great at like shout myself out like that or whatever. But yeah, I'm DarkTwinge basically everywhere on Twitter or on YouTube or on Twitch is the primary platform I'm on. And yeah, stream a wide variety of indie-focused game content, and sometimes we go off on side tangents and just talk about board games for an hour and then get back to playing games afterwards.
Nice.
If you like just chill conversation like that and indie games, that's kind of my special.
What's your normal stream times?
I normally stream. Oh, I can put the schedule in my own chat anyway. But yes, I normally stream 4 days a week. If you're going by North American Pacific time, that'd be 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. Or if you're doing a GMT, that would be 6 a.m. to noon.
Oh, EU streamer.
That is the time
That is-
frame.
that is
Even though I'm in the
EU-friendly.
US. Yes. It's a little like early for Europe, a little late for the US, but
But
it works.
it's Europe morning.
Yep.
So other than that, do you do any other content other than Twitch, just to make sure we nail that out? Is it just Twitch?
That's primarily. I've got a YouTube channel, DarkTwinge, as well. That I mean, that's primarily the like best highlights from the Twitch stream and stuff. But sometimes I have a chance to actually edit down video for YouTube, like a lot of the voiced playthroughs of stuff like Undertale and One Shot are nicely edited on YouTube, or the Doki Doki playthrough was. There's even special added content for the Doki Doki playthrough on YouTube.
Oh, wonderful.
Nice.
I do want to say one other thing that you haven't mentioned. If you ever watch a GDQ, like an AGDQ or SGDQ, there are times you may recognize this sultry voice as one of the people reading donations. That's something that you've done multiple times, if I'm correct.
Most like recently I haven't been doing the hosting as much. I've been kind of taking a step back and just like processing donations and helping out with some of the behind the scenes stuff more. But I've read donations at like 4 GDQs or so.
So,
and I guess I could also say like I'm a board game designer. I have a game called Walk the Plank that I've designed and is published. If you want more random stuff I've been a part of.
That's awesome.
That's super awesome. Damn. Do you have any upcoming events that you're looking forward to in like the next month or so?
Nothing specific coming up that has piqued my interest.
So
fair enough.
Well, we have talked about you. We should probably share about us, including your community, if you guys are interested. Morag, why don't we let you go first? Let's hear about
my name is tehMorag. My name is tehMorag, a variety streamer here on the Twitch TV. Mostly aiming in puzzles, Metroid likes, action games, all the fun stuff, sandbox, all the good stuff. JRPGs. Yeah, I can throw JRPGs in there too.
Yeah,
I love them.
Say, like that's actually what I know you the most for.
I want them all. They're so good. They're so good. So anything that I'm looking forward to in the future is probably gonna be TwitchCon next weekend. Next Sunday, TwitchCon, we're doing a community meetup. We're gonna go bowling. We're gonna have some drinks. It's gonna be a great time. Heck yeah.
And I myself am Jacklifear. I am known for first looks into games. I usually play the first day of or just the first few hours of things, and then I move on. So not really completionist. I'm also known for my talk shows. You can... the things I'm looking forward to is mostly more content. This is the 1 year I'm not going to TwitchCon, and I'm just really putting a lot of effort and polish into this show. The Game Trailer Show, which goes live every first and third Sunday or Saturday of the month. And I do want to say we can announce our next special guests. In October, for the first episode, we're looking forward to Call of Cthulhu is locked in. And for the third week or the second episode of October, Continue has locked in. So
fantastic. Both awesome people. I love them.
We put them in... Oh, go on.
I was going to say, I want to give a shout out to all of our staff that helps make this show work extremely efficiently, especially since you only see like, 2 to 3 hours worth of content here, but the work that goes into it is so much more.
Yes.
All of the research is quite crazy. So thank you to ArtRen. Thank you to s0e8, she's hiding out there too, and Kdrak as well. Thank you guys for making this as good as it can be.
Beyond that, also a shout out to all of the people who are going to do voice acting for the channel in the future, in the past, and specifically this week, HJTenchi taking his time. You guys are wonderful. So I think we've done our shout outs accurately, and people know. Oh, and one major shout out, anyone who goes out to literally subscribe on YouTube, because for the love of God, we need 100 subscribers.
Do we got the link again?
I'm getting it right now.
Link up your channels. I don't have the link to the YouTube guys.
I think
and we do have a Twitter.
We have a Twitter oh my God, you're right. We do have a Twitter, and I should talk about that too. It's so hard.
We're all bad at selling ourselves out.
We are all bad. It's okay. It's not like I do talk shows where I sell out over freaking whatever. Okay. The reason why 100 is you are not allowed to get a custom URL on your channel like /TheGameTrailerShow without 100 subscribers. So that is why we need that specifically. And twitter.com/GameTrailerShow if you want to know any news.
Game Trailer Show. That's where I screwed up.
Yeah, they don't allow. I
put Gaming Trailer Show. I was like, that's not right.
Yep. And Andrea San, I think, is our first follower on Twitter.
Nice.
So that is what we got. Twinge, are you I want to hear your thoughts before we go into whatever the hell we're about to go to.
Uh-oh. Do I need further thoughts? I mean, it's mostly just
Okay.
That seems like it covers it fairly well.
So normally on the shows, we have introduced the technical information in case someone wants to go out and obtain these gems. This category, nope. Just Twinge, you are allowed to say your responses and impressions first. It is just us.
Yeah.
BSing.
Okay.
Because we pretty much know these trailers because we had to watch them at one point. We're just like, oh god, why? So we put them in this column.
Nice.
We're mostly just gonna be face palming or something else.
Yes, this is definitely. Ooh. Okay, before we go on, we got a few more seconds. Thank you again, Twinge. You have been
absolutely.
It has been a glorious, awesome time.
Mm-hmm.
And now,
we also got to see the most fleshed out version of the show too.
Exploding Babies was for the like it came out too late, but it would have been in this category otherwise.
Correct.
Shut up
and
sit down.
This segue.
Oh God, why? Yep, it's time for the special trailers.
I love you, Tenchi. I love you, Tenchi.
Yeah, you guys should definitely follow all of those links in chat. tehMorag and Jacklifear.
So this is
I couldn't
Duck and Chan.
Duxon. Okay.
I had no.
Good luck, son.
In the main. I did not want this in the main trailer show because it's Ducks, sure, but it is not a good trailer. This is
not
a good trailer. It's Ducks, sure, yeah, it's Ducks, but my God, just look at this.
Take the barrel?
Looking at.
Yeah, like that just was okay. The wall is.
It's HD.
Well, you can't have that.
They can't fly. They can just fly in. Damn. Who are you? Who asked?
I actually want to be a dancer, not a bartender.
Want to
see my coin collection?
Only the best ducks can sign this guild.
Ducker 3. Ducker the Third.
The squat contest.
Oh God.
Yeah, this is what really pushed it off to the I can't no.
Yeah, they are pushing the envelope on these mechanics here.
It's yeah, that's I want to point it out. That was an easy starter.
Yeah, just easing it in.
This is called Stare:
Stare.
Well, I'm sorry. Stare space: space block space break.
But
yeah.
Okay.
Just say the word.
Just
what do you
Why? Why?
Morag, don't waste your time linking this shit.
I'm linking them. There's people that want to play this shit out there. Why else are they getting made? We're showing the game. We're showing the trailer. We got to show the game. We have an obligation to these developers.
All right. By the way,
there's really no other comment other than why.
Okay, like, I just want to say
the whole trailer is just a single level of Are they gonna? How long are they gonna do this in the trailer? Also, that's a good question, Adog. Is there at least different like photos staring at you?
No, that is the entire game. Okay, this one's quick. This trailer's amazing. No sound.
Don't blink. Don't blink, or you'll miss it.
Okay.
There's an egg in the background.
There is.
Egg.
And it's done.
There we go.
What?
There we go.
What just happened?
Thank you so much, Dad. You truly know everything. Yes, because I am a nerd and I wear glasses.
Wait. This is not the trailer I think it is.
But you don't even wear glasses. You're right.
Oh god, it is.
So.
But now I do.
Okay. Yeah.
This is
the little like in the first part of that certainly made me think of like a worse version of movies I made in high school.
Oh,
just wait, there's more.
This guy develops like one movie a month or game a month, and each one of them are this brilliant.
Okay.
Be careful.
I mean, if
there is a killer that escaped Area 51.
If they're making an Area 51 raid game, then clearly they aren't going super fast. What the hell? No.
Spitting itself. Why?
They waited too long, and then they waited so long that it was funny again. So they actually succeeded with the banana there.
Okay.
Malicious dinner.
So this is a story about...
Is this just the trailer that's this low quality?
Yes, the trailer is
Yeah.
this.
It's this.
So this one, if I remember, had an amazing story behind it. That's just wrong.
You are framed.
So you are trying to avoid an abuse of men that don't do right on dates.
That's a doge on his. He has a doge tattooed on his stomach there.
Yeah. So this is her running from a date that's trying to abuse her with no pants.
That is something
lawsuit
someone could make as a game, I suppose.
Yeah, this is about horrible dates and how bad they go.
You're just a student who can choose more difficult. What?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the ending. That's the trailer. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, I figured this one might be
last one.
coming. I thought this might be coming. I didn't actually look at it, but I saw the name.
Okay, let me be blunt. A massive trend of Area 51 games over the past 4 months. This is the first one that looks good.
Yeah,
Like,
and it has
I'd play
DLC,
it.
right? This has DLC too? This has DLC, you said?
No, this is not DLC. There's another really bad game that has DLC for their Area 51 game, and I'm like, oh my god, we've hit the point of DLC. This is an actually good
intro.
Area 51 trailer.
This trailer is amazing. It's so anime. Like, it feels
Twinge?
like I'm watching a Naruto,
Okay, I
Naruto
gotta
movie
see
right
what
now.
on the fedora guy. Sure.
Yeah.
And
Twinge,
just, so I have to especially laugh because I was playing board games with friends earlier this evening, as I mentioned earlier, but one of the cards we had during a Time's Up was Naruto, and that was the clue we used to get that.
That's
amazing. Did you do this run? That was the charades.
I just love the fact you have special abilities and you knock guards off to the distance, and these are your heroes.
This is almost better than some licensed Naruto games. You're welcome.
Okay.
Make sure to go and thank those developers.
And
They got a
now
Discord even, yeah.
I am going to
They
hit
got
the
it all
pause
set up.
button because
I forget what
This-
this trailer is for. I don't know what this
this
one was.
last one, I'm going to be blunt, is amazing. There's a reason I put this for last as a game
I forgot
trailer.
that this was a thing. I forgot this was
Did you ever watch it till the end?
I
Look, welcome to my
Sadly.
game trailer.
This game is aimed at mature audiences and deals with topics such as suicide, self-harm, and mental illness, just as a heads up.
But I'm showing this in special for the trailer itself. To be honest, if it's their game and making it,
Relaxing.
it's kind of cool right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I could see some people streaming this on Twitch.
Definitely.
Some people who do
Shut
this.
air. Music going down, it's making me nervous.
Mm-hmm. I was expecting different noises, like it was a musical chair,
Yeah,
like puzzle.
Me too.
No.
That's enough chairs for today.
Hi.
I see that. I'm just gonna go back and sit on the chairs. Okay.
Horror for children. Oh no.
Where are you down there?
And
doesn't make sense.
There we go.
And
We're
we're
done.
done.
Now do you see why I made that the finisher?
Sure. Squirrels into it. Zephyr's more into this than most trailers show. I mean, I can see that, actually.
Like, honestly, I can see that as a perfectly acceptable game to try. But that, my friends, is the end of our show. Twinge, we'll be seeing you in a moment. Thank you again for your time. I hope your community enjoyed that along with us.
Yeah, it's a different change of pace there.
So, have a good day. Hey, this is where
Yeah,
we are.
you
We're
guys
gonna
as
hit a button or something, right?
Thanks for having me and all that jazz. And I guess I should probably take a. I'm accidentally playing that trailer. I should take a break to get some more milk and stuff. But yeah,
it's all good. Yeah, if you want to stick on any of our channels, sure. In fact, let's stay in the squad stream. We could just leave voice, and then we'll raid into you after the squad stream's done. That way, while you're on a break, people can jump into our channels. Yeah. Sound good?
Cool. Sounds good.
All right.
So this is this point where we are asking for feedback because we changed up a little of the things. So if you have been here for past shows, or if this is your new show, it's the first time here, we would love to hear anything that you liked or disliked about any of the changes or the show itself, because this is still what we would call season 0, where we're very much building a show from the ground up, trying to get a good pacing for it, trying to make sure that we can build it out to be even better than what it was the week before.
By the way, Twinge, if you want to mute us or whatever, if you want to take your break now, we'll just do this right now. Unless you want to say it live.
I was just gonna say that, like, if anyone that's on my stream wants to give them feedback, just follow through the squad streams or go to their channels and add some feedback, and I'll take a break and be back shortly.
Yeah, that or we'll just stay the squad stream and just read all the chats.
Yeah, I have all the chats open.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. And then we'll just raid into you and kill the squad stream that way. So enjoy your milk gathering.
All right.
All right.
It's always an epic adventure.
So, yeah.